What's up, one and all, guys? I'm BrickingUpBrad.
I'm Matt Mellish.
I'm Block.studios.
And I'm Ethan the Artisan.
And guys, we have an amazing show with the Stud Box. I was going to try to set that up better, but it didn't work. Guys, welcome to another week. We are so sorry we didn't have a show last week. We don't need to get, there's no explain that needs to do. It was Valentine's Day.
Zane had a date. Ethan, did you have a date?
Did you find love at Brick Rodeo?
Atlanta Brick Con?
I made some Lego, so that's good.
I think I edited a video. I had a date with Premiere Pro. I'm pretty sure that's all I did.
Matt obviously had enough of a date to, bring flowers.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, Matt
I had a date with Lego.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's a little bit better than Well, guys, we have an amazing show lined up for you today. We got someone who's a sort of a first for us because we've never had someone with this area of expertise coming on. We're really excited to talk to him about this. So, guys, without getting into any more stuff, let us bring on Antbandit. How you doing today, Adam?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be here. It's an honor.
We're excited to have
it's
you.
an honor to be on Stud Buds. That's a good sign already.
The pleasure is all ours. Thanks for joining. We hope you stick around until the end.
Oh yeah. I'll let you know if I'm thinking about going midstream. I'll let you know. I'm getting kind of bored.
I think I gotta walk on the toaster. I'd rather enjoy that.
I love all your guys' content. You guys are amazing Lego builders. I love this show. You guys do good stuff. So I'm more than happy to be the guest today.
Wow,
we love you too. We love you too.
But okay, so cool thing about Adam is he's a Lego animator, and not someone who just oh yeah, I make a figure move at 2 frames per second. No, you've done stuff for Lego. So without getting too much into it, what has been your Lego journey? What's been, you've done content creation. You're known for mock building.
Who is Adam?
Yes.
Who am I? This is the question I wake up and ask myself in the mirror every day because it changes every day. So yeah, I'm Adam. I go by Antbandit on YouTube and Instagram. My Lego journey really started when I was 7 years old. I should have grabbed it, but I still have my very first set. So I was a collector for years. My first set was an Insectoids little flyer space set. So that kind of started it for me. And ever since then, I've loved Lego. I went to film school to study film and digital media. And it was during that I started kind of getting into animation and just loving animating Lego. And so that started kind of a fascination for me. And nowadays I work as a freelancer. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I do everything from content creation, Lego stuff, to photography, to working on film sets. It's kind of a different thing every month for me. I live by the seat of my pants, just along for the ride, and I'm loving it. So yeah, that's kind of it for me.
That is awesome. That's so cool. The fact that you probably one of the most qualified Lego YouTubers, and the fact that you actually went to film school, in a way,
I will say film school, if anyone who else is trying to do content, and I'm sure all you guys are great content creators, I think film school is great to make friends, but everything nowadays, if you're wanting to do streaming or YouTube or anything, you can learn all of it on YouTube for free, which is a lot of stuff that I did after I left film school. It was everything's out there. You can learn it all. It's a great place to make friends though. But yeah, I'm approaching kind of the content from a different angle. And I think I have a whole lot of respect for everybody that starts from a grassroots place and making content on YouTube with their phones. And it's amazing the kind of stuff that people make. But I spent a lot of money on film gear, very expensive camera stuff. And I'm bringing that into kind of trying to do my own content on YouTube these days, along with animation as well, and doing client gigs. So I'm coming at it from a bit of a different perspective, I think, but that doesn't mean it's better. I think I've wasted a lot more money than I needed to in my life, spending money on gear. But yeah, I'm trying to do, all stuff that's great. I'm very lucky. I have a small studio space here that I'm kind of shooting in right now. But I'm trying to do these days my own content. So similar to a lot of this content that you guys make, short form, long form YouTube stuff. And inspired by everything you guys are doing as well in the same vein. So yeah, it's been fun.
So you're saying instead of college, you haven't?
Maybe I can go. I mean, I when I was younger, everyone did their 3 frames per second stop motions, but I kind of want to up it to 4 and see if I can.
Okay,
do it.
that's the game changer. When you go from 3 to 4, that's when you get serious. You know.
Okay,
It's kind of funny because today I got a comment on it. No, it was YouTube Short because I made I made a video about my army that I've been setting up lately, and someone was like, "Oh my gosh, are you good at stop motion? You should totally stop motion that." I'm like, one, that's 500 figures I'd be moving. That sounds awful.
That
but
sounds
two,
like
I did a
Antbandit
stop
video.
motion. I did a stop motion like early on in my channel. I'm like, yeah, not for a while. I'll stick to talking about Lego lore.
Didn't it have the street sweeper in it? Like it was like in your little street.
Yeah, there was one with a street sweeper in it.
I need to go find this. I'm gonna go find this.
There's like 5 or 6 back there.
So something that I want to point out, that this is totally a Zane moment here.
Oh no.
Yes.
Brad looks like one of those people that sit in the tower at an airport and direct. They tell the planes that they're ready to land, because we all have pods in, except for him with his big old headphones.
You are clear to land.
Runway 173 is clear for landing. Exactly.
Absolutely love that. All right. Well, let's get into interrogating Adam here. We're gonna give him the big screen here. See that awful
real
space
estate
shirt
to
he's
move around. Yeah. Look at this.
All right. Well, let's actually. So I'll try to think of the best way to start. Why don't we
watch
actually just
one of the things?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's just watch one of your videos here.
Let's do it. Yeah.
And that way we can get right into this. So let's pull this bad boy up here. Actually, do you want to like set this one up a little bit?
I'll set this up. So this is a video that I made when obviously Encanto released. This was the first and only job so far that I have done with Disney. For anybody that is a freelancer knows that Lego hires a lot of different marketing teams. So this specific marketing team was working directly with the animation studios that made the movie. So I was kind of having a little bit of back and forth, but essentially I created one of the scenes from the movie shot for shot in stop motion. So that's what you're about to watch.
Wow. Okay. I'm excited for this more now. Really beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to quickly back it up here for a little second. Did you build all of that?
It would be really awesome if I could tell you yes, so everything before the tree shot here that we're looking at is physical, built in real life. The mountains behind the house in that establishing shot are CGI. So everything you see in the foreground here, the bushes and all of that, is real. The house itself. It's funny because all of the bushes and mountains here are Lego. They're just layered images, scenery that was created just for this shot. That was created by Christopher Gerhardt. If you guys know Bricker Builds, it's the same software that they use to create those Bricker Builds models. So yeah, really great shot. But everything else in the house is physical. And then that tree at the very end is CGI. I think it was built in Blender or Maya by my VFX artist Galen. So he did a great job with that shot.
Wow.
That is
I thought you were going to tell me that AI did it.
This entirely was done by an AI. Yeah, every image. That would probably save so much time for me.
And he's just like pulling out Lego stop motion.
That would be great.
Real quick, so the effects here, because you got the sparkly effects and stuff. Do you have someone that does that for you, or is that all you?
Yeah, so usually for each of these projects, I'm the main person of contact that works with these marketing agencies that hire me. They give me a budget and I hire a team of just really talented people that come in and help me do things that I'm terrible. All of the sparkling door effects here that you're seeing are created by this guy named Galen Johnson, who's an amazing Lego artist, 3D artist. And then an artist named On Beat Man did some of the mouth replacement for all the characters, so you can see their expressions somewhat change. So he did some of the mouth animation, and I did the stop motion animation, the lighting, the editing, everything else. One interesting thing about this is they sent me the scene to recreate before the movie, was released. I was working on this like probably the month or two before the movie actually came out theatrically. And I remember I submitted the final edit literally the day of the movie, and I went to go see it in theaters and felt such a relief. Like I'd been working on it for so long and I could enjoy the movie now, and I had submitted it. But you have to sign all these Disney, NDAs and, all these password locked things to even access any of this pre-release stuff. They'll shoot you on site if they see that you've leaked anything. Disney's very protective. There's a whole system that you have to go through. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a great job. The music in this is actually not the same music. I had to recreate all of the music and the sound effects myself instead of using any of the official stuff. So it's shot for shot the same. And I have a video on my YouTube channel where I have the two compared in a sequence where top and bottom, and you can see how accurate it is, like where the characters are placed, where the shots are placed, so it was a lot of fun to work on.
That's so cool.
Were you shown like this clip of the movie before?
Yes.
Like with the Lego and Disney, like before it released, or was it the whole movie you got to see it?
It was just this clip. They just sent me this like segment. There's like a segment of footage that I got to see before it came out. And there was a lot of footage that was in the trailers that you could see. I have a whole video where I do behind the scenes on this video, but originally the plan was to do a trailer recreation because stop motion Lego trailers are a big deal online. There's a lot of creators who do some of that kind of thing. And they wanted to do something like that. And then they realized that Lego only released 3 of the characters in that one Encanto set that came out. So I was like, well, I can make my own versions of all the other characters. And they were like, no, we can't do that. So we only did this scene and we only used the 3 characters. And yeah, it worked out.
How long did this project take you in total?
This project, I believe I was working on it for about 2 months, just the production period. But that's the funny thing about stop motion. Everyone asks, how long does it take? It takes a long time. And it's never one straight answer because it's such a creative process. And like, if I'm animating Brad's army of 500 knights, that's going to take me 5 years to do. Whereas animating 3 characters is going to take a lot less time. So, but usually for this kind of works is fast turnaround, especially for social media content. So it takes, usually I'm given 1 to 2 months to pump something out. So, yep.
That's super cool.
That's really cool.
It's awesome.
We got a couple other ones here. So, sorry, Matt.
By the way, no, he gave the best business advice of the night, which is whatever it is that you least like doing in your business, hire someone else to do it. So I just wanted to make note of that.
That's true.
Yes.
I so heard that too. I also heard instead of paying lots of money to go to college, you could go to the YouTube University and get the same knowledge, right?
Exactly.
There's a business idea for YouTube. You got YouTube Red, right? Why not have YouTube University and put all these informative stuff on
I need to call YouTube right now because that's a golden idea. Just do masterclass, YouTube masterclass, basically.
There you go.
And if you ever wanted to learn stop motion, just there's this one channel, Antbandit, that has that's a great inspiration.
Yes. That's where all the stop motion classes will be, on Antbandit.
Good. Before we move on to the next video, let's quickly say hi to some people in chat. What's up, LMC Creations?
LCM.
What's up, LCM?
Chris.
What's up, Fazoom? How you doing? I liked Antbandit before he was cool. You were also on Stud Buds before Antbandit. So what does that say about you, Chris? Just saying, maybe that means you're cooler than Antbandit. But
you made Stud Buds cool.
It's true.
Chris Giddens is definitely cooler than I am. I'll just say that. You can put this recording on the out there. Chris Giddens is cooler than I am.
Chris was also cool before any of us because
Literally.
Yes.
Literally. We all met him before we met each other.
True.
Well, I
I
was
will
going to
say-
say he was born before us as well.
Yeah.
I was also gonna really quickly say I was on his stream yesterday, and I said that Adam was coming on and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, Stud Buds is great. We really love supporting that." And I was like, "Wasn't he also the guy who made fun of the name Stud Buds when we first came up with it?"
Stud
So,
Buds, Chris? Yeah.
just saying.
That's
Just
funny.
saying. What's up? This one guy ate steak. We also got Sean Studios in the house and Lego Lock-in. What's up, all? And Brickhead just jumped in. So thank you guys all for coming out. Let's watch this next one because I think, well, they're all really cool. And I honestly, there's so many questions I have about these. So I really want to.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
Let's do it. Let's get
It's time to head back to Hogwarts for a new magical adventure.
Ah!
I absolutely like. As a Harry Potter fan, this is just beautiful.
I agree.
Okay,
Wow.
real quick. I'm
Yep.
gonna pause here and there. Did you get sent for the houses, or did you have to recreate
I have a.
3 of them?
We can let's bunny trail here for this story because yes, this is a story. They sent me. I did ask for 4 of them because this whole video was about recreating shot for shot scenes that looked exactly like the shots too from Harry Potter. So I knew I was doing this sequence, and I was like, I need it to be a neighborhood. It needs multiple houses. And they sent me all the sets early before they had been revealed for this project. And they only sent me 1 house. And so I was like, guys, like I need more houses. And so I had to, they for whatever reason, because they sent them from Denmark, they couldn't send me more. And so I basically had to reverse engineer the house using Bricklink orders, putting together multiple copies. And it took me, as fast as I could, shipped all these parts to me and built 4 duplicates using the
What one's the
instructions
real
that
one?
they gave me. If you look closely, they're not all the same. They have some subtle differences, but yeah, I had to build 4 copies.
I thought you were going to
Wow.
say
Different.
you CGI'd them in and duplicated.
No,
I thought he was
yeah.
gonna-
This is my greatest flaw and also one of my, I think, a strength that some people might say. I like to do as much as possible in camera, even though I've done a lot of CGI stuff and I have some great VFX artists that come in and help me out. I like to make it physical. That's one of the best things about stop motion is it's on the screen. Somebody, manipulated and maneuvered all these tiny elements and it's all real there. And Lego is the best version of that because you guys are all Lego people. Everyone watching is a Lego fan. You know how big these things are. So it gives you a sense of relative scale, as an appreciation for it as you're watching it.
For sure. Sorry, I was just really curious about that because I was like, well,
Yeah.
maybe he duplicated them, but that's awesome though.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that.
So you also built those mountains behind that then too, right? Not your-
Every single brick is real. Every single brick.
Well,
No, the mountains are all CGI as well. Yeah,
Okay.
I wish they're just like the Encanto video. Yeah, so they're all.
I like that everything is like, so even the little figures, it's like any of the Lego video games, if anything like that, they don't actually talk. It's just a bunch of grunts and sounds. And that's making me smile this entire time because they're all just.
I was gonna ask about that. Do you do all those voices yourself, or
most of them are me and my wife sitting in our closet,
There you go.
just going, like
What?
making all this. Yeah, so
Door
it
open, I
is
hope.
funny because, and I'll usually have to do some audio editing to make the voices sound different. But I've done all the characters. This video specifically, I had some friends come in and do a few of them because they all start sounding the same when it's just you sitting there going, Yep. So maybe you
Well
guys can all
done.
voice characters for me next time.
Yes,
next time
I
do
would
it.
love
That'd be
Yes.
amazing. That'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
you got any castle ones that need to be voiced? I know a guy who does an awesome series. Not sure.
I'll have to have you all audition with like your grunts and different effects.
do
You'll have to all
Minecraft
audition
Steve.
for me. There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
That's funny.
Let's
so cool.
keep going on here because
Oh, there it is.
Build a Wizarding World with brand new Lego Harry Potter sets.
That's him too.
Available now.
I have to say, so this is a really cool thing for me because the guy who voices the narrator in this series, and the previous one that I did, because I did 2 Harry Potter videos. He's an amazing guy. He's a voice actor named David Bateson, and David, if you didn't know, voiced all of the old Lego commercials. I think he also did. If you recognize the "Hey," he's that guy. He's
Oh my
voice actor guy.
gosh.
And
You know-
not only that, not only as being like a famous Lego voice actor and all those old commercials, he voices Agent 47 in the Hitman game series. So it was really cool to be able to work with him and just know that he's done all these cool projects.
Wow,
that's amazing.
What's the guy's name again?
David Bateson. He's a Danish, I believe, voice actor.
I gotta check him out because like that's my childhood right there. That
Yep.
guy. So
Yeah.
the
Can
number
we
of
find
Lego
him on Cameo? Can he do our Stud Buds intro?
Oh my gosh,
You might be able to find him. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's super friendly guy.
guys! I know what we're gonna do today. But that I absolutely like. Cause like I own actually like a fair amount of these sets. So see them like the way you had them build, like the way you interact with them. I think just to me that like very, I don't know. There's something about the experience that I've always loved about Lego animators. When you see someone think like you have and you interact with all the time, get interacted with kind of how you always imagine it getting interacted with. It's just super cool to me, and how the figures interact. I don't know. I absolutely love this one. So
Thank you. It was this was a blast to make because my wife Emily is a massive Harry Potter fan. So receiving the sets early, it's like she was geeking out the whole time, and I was asking her for, hey, does it look right? Does this look right? You know, getting her to check everything I was doing. I do have a story about this video, and this is one I'll tell you. So you know, Matt, we were talking about like, you know, how long these videos take.
Right.
This is one that took longer than I wanted it to. And so usually for these projects, you know, as a freelancer, you know, I'm working with the brand or the license holder, who in this case was Warner Brothers. But I also have a middleman agency that, so it was Warner Brothers and Lego. But then the agency that I work for is one called Tongle. And so they handle kind of the back and forth and help me plan the production and everything. And for this project, we pitched a whole video that was using all the different sets and all these different ways. And Lego super happy with it. Their whole team was really happy. They're like, this is great. We love it. Warner Brothers was at the time very busy. And so communication with them and all of the rest of the teams was kind of sparse. And so we realized, you know, okay, all right, we time is limited. So we kind of we have a deadline we got to meet. And we heard back after I had already started production. So the script is greenlit. The idea is greenlit. Everyone's happy. Nothing really good from Warner Brothers yet, but I have to start animating. So I started. We hear back after I'm days into animating that J.K. Rowling herself has gone through and inspected everything because she has to approve on all of this. She's like the top of the food chain. She has to prove everything. And their team and her had some very specific issues with the script and it not sticking as close to canon as they liked. And Lego had already greenlit this. You know, it's a fun toy commercial. So the idea was that you know, there are some details in the story that we can stretch, you know, but they were like, no, there are certain characters that they never show up at this scene at the same time, or, you know, they're never together. We can't have it look like this. So they had me restart. They had me go back and rework a lot of the script. So a lot of the original video was done away with, and we came up with this. So I had to go back to David Bateson, the narrator, and like re-record some voiceover, and it was a lot. And so that's an element of, you know, working with clients. You know, sometimes there's some communication barriers. And I think it's funny because you look at a lot of Lego releases and some different things in license sets where you see mistakes or things like that come up in official sets. And I don't think people realize that big brands, even Lego and Warner Brothers and all these big sets, there's some communication issues sometimes that happen between these marketing teams. And it's interesting to navigate that. So that was my story with this video. So yeah, interesting.
That is insane.
Wow.
Also, the
wild.
fact that J.K. Rowling herself looked at that script of yours, kind of cool. Like,
I was doodling for my storyboards that I do for each of these videos, like stick figures, and then my producer calls me and is like, J.K. Rowling is looking at these, and I was like, all right, let me make these look a little bit better. Just it was nerve wracking, but a fun experience to be able to say, oh yeah, she's the one approving it. She's very controlling about her, her baby being represented well. Which if I created a mega franchise, I would probably be the same way. So
sure, that is awesome. All right, well, the next one is also Warner Brothers related. And definitely something I'm very excited to talk this one with you. So
sweet.
For a guy who throws batarangs all day long, he's got really awful aim.
I like that.
I have a question. How many times when making these motions, how many times do you rewatch them? Like, is it like when you rewatch it, are you like, wow, this is awesome? Or have you watched it so many times where you kind of get tired of it?
That's a good question. I think when I finish something, I mean, stop motion, I'll just put this out there. It is the most grueling and boring thing that you can do. So I give major props to any other animators out there. It's something that you kind of, as you're animating, you're doing on the fly, kind of figuring out how your characters move. You can only plan it out so much. So it's very, very grueling. But it's the most satisfying thing is as you're watching it, as you're doing it, it's kind of like building a Lego set or a puzzle. Like it's seeing these frames build on each other and make this thing come to life. And so I will say when I finish something, I watch it a lot because it's like, oh, cool, it's all done. And then I'll put it away for weeks, and then it's fun to go back and watch this. But I definitely, after I finish something, it's fun to see it all come together. So
yeah,
you probably also see it through different eyes, the amount of time that you have in between, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
if you're rewatching the same movement over and over, I could understand how that's maybe frustrating or grueling.
Yeah, it takes a lot. I mean, I and also I'm watching this and I see, as any director or film person will tell you, like of their own work, I'm seeing things. Oh, I should have animated that differently, or I see a hair that I missed there, or stuff like that. But it's great to see, take some perspective from it. And this was made, I believe, last year or 2 years ago at this point. And I've also like learned a lot, and so I watch it, coming from a place of like, this was great at the time, and I need to keep working because I've learned how to do things better.
Brad, go back to the scene. Go back to where they're on the balcony really quick.
This is my favorite shot. Yeah, that's my favorite shot.
So my question is that the Daily Bugle?
You have good eyes, sir.
Oh, that is. I didn't even see that.
You like how it's in blur and it's the back of the building, it's not even the front of the building?
You can see the red fire escape kind of being a little bit lit up there by the light behind it. But yes, that's the Daily Bugle.
What gave it away to me was the air conditioning unit. I saw the AC unit. I was like, oh, wait. And then I saw the light, and then I saw the red fire escape. And I was like, that's the Daily Bugle.
Was the Daily Bugle out when you made this?
Oh, yeah. It had been out for a while. Yeah. Usually when I'm animating, because usually when I buy sets these days, it's usually, okay, I need to be able to animate something with that or throw it in the background. So I have all my modular buildings in the Daily Bugle. And anytime I need like a building in the background, to just throw it in the background, kind of throw it out of focus a bit, and it's good. So yeah, that was the Daily Bugle.
So cool. So well done.
I love that. I mean,
this is a technical question, but what camera do you use?
So I use, I can show you. I have it here mounted. Let's see if I can move my camera around without showing you what's on my table. This is the camera that I use. It's the Sony A7 III. and I use that pretty much for all my content that I do. The great thing with stop motion is that you're taking images. So anything from like most of the professional stop motion, like Kubo or Coraline, or I'm trying to think of any other recent ones. What was the Pinocchio movie that just came out? All of those are shot with DSLRs or, you know, like a Canon 5D. So, you know, it really, you're taking images. So it's you don't really need good video quality.
Right.
Yeah.
But yep.
Interesting.
That's super cool. I was watching some of your playlist while I was getting ready for the show today, and I noticed there's like a Batman one you did, which was amazing. There was another one, but you actually had like people voice acting in it and stuff.
Yes. Oh,
Like, was that? I wish I should have brought in that one. That one was a bit longer, but like, again, was that you just like brought in some friends to do like the Joker voice and stuff? Or
yeah, so that was a really interesting project. That was so that Harry Potter video that we just watched. This was 2 years ago. This was, I think that released, this was all in 2020. That Batman video was 2021, I believe.
Okay.
But all in 2020, and this was great because pandemic happened and I'm holed up here in my dark studio, you know, just working from home the whole year, which was awesome. But I did that Harry Potter video, and then immediately after, like, there was basically no break, I jumped into doing a big Batman video, and it's a 4-minute long short. And the idea was that it was meant to be broken up into a bunch of smaller pieces of content. So you had like 2-minute stories, and then a bunch of smaller edits of it. And it was a massive project. That one was like a 4-month long, just really long project.
Wow.
But the idea was to make it kind of mature and, you know, have a lot of action and characters. And I love the animated series Batman show. Like, that is by far one of my favorite superhero shows of all time. And I have some friends. I have a friend of mine who's voice acted in a few of my stuff, but he does a great Kevin Conroy Batman. And sorry, Zane, do you need to take that?
No, so I was muting my watch, but like, I don't know if you guys have Apple Watches, but right above the mute button is the ring the phone
okay.
app.
Yeah.
So I was like,
You know that
mute.
You're
you know
good.
that
You're good.
commercial and right before movie theaters? We need that for stud buds.
I was
There you
trying
go.
to do that. I was about to just like yeet my phone across the room.
Style it. No, it's all good.
Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, no, my there was a guy his name's Anthony Sevens, and he's just kind of a freelance voice actor. He does a bunch of great impressions, and Kevin Conroy Batman is one of his best. And so he sounds exactly like Kevin Conroy Batman. And then usually when I hire for projects, I post auditions on different voice acting websites. And so I posted an audition for some different characters. Joker was one that I was so happy with. The guy that I found, his name is Tim Schaffer. And he's another voice actor, and his main character is Joker. And so he does the perfect Mark Hamill Joker, and it sounds exactly like him. And everyone in the comments of that video were like, "Oh, you got the main guys." And I was like, "You'd think so, but no, they're just impressions." So yeah, that really brought it to the next level for me. It felt like I was really animating those characters, those guys, you know. And so that was a blast. I definitely. I look back on that video though, and I see a lot of things that I wish I had done differently because I had just come off that other project, and there was a lot of like huge sets, lots of action, big fight scenes that would have been a lot better if I wasn't so tired during it. That was one thing that I wish I had taken a break, but I'm still super proud of it.
I mean,
That's
that thing
awesome.
was awesome. And the scores, when you do like, because like it kind of sounds like the Batman music. Do you like rework the music yourself, or like?
I wish I could. And that's one of the things doing client work. You have to use basically royalty-free music. You know, just like on YouTube, everything has to have licenses. It can't be copywritten. And so I spend many hours on this website called Epidemic Sound, where I get a lot of music for my YouTube videos.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
So all the music for all my videos pretty much comes from Epidemic Sound, and I'm like spending hours just seeing, okay, what sounds like Batman, and listening to everything superhero tagged, you know. So but that takes a long time. Music is an important thing for me though, with all the videos.
So that one was for Warner Brothers then?
Yes, it was for Warner Brothers, and that video specifically ended up on the DC Kids YouTube channel, and I believe they also posted it on the Lego YouTube channel eventually.
Wow.
Okay, before we quickly do one more thing, I gotta ask. You've had, I mean, it sounds Warner Brothers, Disney, like, What is like the coolest place one of your videos has ended up for you?
Ah, man, that's a good question. I've been so lucky. I mean, like all these videos, you know, seeing them on like the Lego YouTube channel is amazing. I think probably that the best thing that happened for me with the Encanto video was seeing just how viral it went on the Lego YouTube channel and seeing something that I've made, even though it's not my name, you know, on my channel or anything, it just getting millions and millions of views. And I think I haven't looked, but it's got a lot of views these days, just because the movie blew up and became really popular. Yeah, that was a huge thing. And also hearing, you know, a lot of the times when I work with Lego or these different agencies, some videos do better than others, but that Encanto video internally at Lego, I had a lot of people who were saying, "Oh, we saw it and we watched it," and so it felt like it reached internally at Lego a lot of people. So I think that was probably, as far as seeing my work blow up, that was the coolest moment, the coolest piece of work that I've done.
So for people wondering, it has over 12 million views on the Lego YouTube channel right now.
That's amazing.
Wild.
That's insane.
Well done. Congrats, man. That's amazing.
Thanks. I mean, congrats to Disney for making a great movie. For making we don't talk about Bruno. That definitely helps. So.
You make one catchy song, the movie blows up. Look at Frozen.
Exactly.
Like,
I think we need a Studbud song.
yeah. Zane, do you
Yes. So randomly, I feel like we just should throw this in here and see what we get. What do you guys think? I think we should spin this.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what happens.
spin that wheel?
No.
Oh my god.
So
What's it
for
gonna
those
be?
wondering
What's it
what is
gonna
about
be?
to happen right now, Zane just spun the wheel of randomness, and that is just going to ask us all a random question that we have to answer.
And the question is, do you know how to fold a fitted sheet?
Ooh.
If you guys don't know what a fitted sheet is, it's the bottom sheet on your bed, the one that hugs the mattress. that you lay
Explain
on
fold.
top of.
I don't fold my sheets. I have
Do you just wad them up and throw them in a corner?
yeah, basically.
Well,
I feel like if
well,
you say yes to this question, you should go get a fitted sheet and demonstrate it, because it's a very difficult thing to do. What you're saying right now, I
it
definitely
is
don't know
very
how.
difficult. Like the process with folding a fitted sheet is you literally have to get the corners like where they roll, and you have to like put them inside of each other, right? And then do your damnedest to just get it right.
G-rated content.
That wasn't a bad one.
It's still
Whatever.
non-G rated, Zane. That was
Oh.
PG.
We're allowed one cuss word in a G-rated movie, and that was it. That was
Now we're
it.
getting
That's
technical.
a PG-13.
Oh crap, that's
movie.
PG. Dang it, Matt wins this argument.
Instead of a brick.
in our home, we roll them like burritos, right? So we put the
That-
corners together and we
there you
roll it
go.
up and just stick it where that's it.
So I do
I've
with
never
my clothes,
needed
too.
to.
My bed. To grab
Never
my
needed
fitted
to, so no, I never have. I
You
don't
never,
know
you
how.
only have one set of sheets?
No, like they're in a. How do I explain this? They're basically just all rolled up and put into a big Tupperware container. Like I don't need to fold
Out
them.
of
I don't
sight, out
feel
of
like-
mind, basically.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Yep.
Zane, I do only have like 2 sets of sheets. So
As long as you like take them off, wash them, and put them back
Right,
on.
yeah.
I mean that's
I'm a single guy who
It is
lives
a badge
lot.
of honor. It is a badge of honor to be able to do this, you know. But I think that people learn how to do that just to show other people that they're capable and, you know, an amazing person who's capable of doing anything. I just stash them in a closet, you know. That's,
If
I'll
you
do
can
what Matt's-
fold-
out of sight, out of mind.
If you can
It's
fold
ju-
a fitted sheet, you are the special.
you are the space. Yeah, it's just to show your level of sheer genius, right? The
Mhm.
capabilities you have of, you know, just being able to fold a fitted sheet. I'm not taking credit for this though, because it's my wife who does ours. I have spent 28 years trying to figure this out, and I cannot. My parents can wholeheartely. I cannot.
You know what can teach you? YouTube University.
YouTube. Hey, don't take my idea. I'm pitching this to YouTube.
It's just all of a sudden we become a giant ad for YouTube University. Like, have you ever wanted to know how to fold a fitted sheet? We got you on YouTube University.
No,
Tune into
you gotta
Stud Buds
use
next week to
Antbandit.
see Zane fold a finish sheet.
Yeah, no, Antbandit is the voice actor.
Oh my goodness.
We need the guy to who does the Joker voice, so we can have it's like,
Yes.
and this is how you do it. I can't do a Joker
The
voice.
title is
but-
Joker teaches you how to fold a fitted sheet.
In
we
Lego. In
Exactly.
Lego.
I know, be on Antbandit's YouTube channel.
There we go. Yeah.
All full circle. Beautiful.
Is there actually is there a channel called YouTube Studios or is it just YouTube? Because if not, we should get the YouTube channel title called YouTube
You
Studios
got to
and
pounce
just
on
make
that
some.
URL. Yeah.
Yeah. We just like, just I don't know. You just go weird with it. That's.
Oh my goodness gracious. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yes, bring it back. So I mean, we got so much more we want to talk to you about, Adam. Here. So
Yeah.
Matt. I mean, I think that covers your animate. Like, I think there's so many cool animations you. I mean, what is your favorite animation you've done?
I mean, honestly, it's usually just whatever I'm working on because I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to improve. Recently over on Instagram, I'll plug my profile. I've been doing these like really short, funny little animations, and those have been doing really well.
Yeah, I have a problem with those. You haven't done a castle one yet? Not joking.
I know. Hey, it's never too late. It's never too late, you know. But yeah, I mean, like that's kind of stuff does really well. The short form YouTube Shorts, Reels type content. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. I got to keep doing them. It always takes a long time to make, and with me freelancing, I have such an inconsistent schedule. So doing content is like the hardest thing, and finding regular consistency is hard for me. So especially with stuff that takes so long, like stop motion, it's just you have to sit down and it's hours. Click, just long hours of work. So
I spent 10 minutes making a stop motion animation.
and it just moves one foot. Yeah. No, my version will be I spent 6 hours animating something out of Lego.
Woo! 6 hours? Whenever me and Matt, I don't know about Matt, but like, so for a while there, I was like building sets in stop motion. So like as you're building it and everything like that, like I did some UCS sets and whatever. But like because you do like a half click and then a full click, and yours is like leaning in a whole nother level. It took me like weeks because I got so tired of picture after picture after picture. And then like if you mess up or like there's a hair in it, or if it, like the lighting changes the wrong way, if you don't have like I've bumped things, you gotta go back. Right.
I always bump things every single time.
Oh my gosh, the bump is the worst. Like bump the table, bump the light, and like it just changes.
Bump the camera.
Oh my!
One of my favorite stop motion projects I've worked on was with like 5 other creators because we made this like trailer type video, and we did it with Star Wars stuff. So all you had to do was like 6 frames, and then you could go on to the next scene, and then do like like 12 frames because it was only in there for like half a second or something. And I love that because I didn't have to spend hours on the same shot.
Yep, you're all suffering together. It's
exactly
just a team activity.
You do 6 frames. All you have to do is make the scene in a way, or set the shot, do those 6 frames, and you can destroy that scene and do something different. Like,
that's a great way to do it. Yeah.
So hey, Matt, let's get into this.
Yeah,
let's get into this again. You got a question? You got a question?
I do have a question. So obviously we have been talking a lot about your animations. How did you get into Lego stop motion? Like, what drew you to it?
This is a great story. So I grew up watching a bunch of the Lego animators that came before me who were making content. People like Kevin Ulrich, Brotherhood Workshop, if you guys have seen him.
Yes,
love
Forrest Whaley, all these amazing animators, and the Lego brick film kind of niche was such a crazy fun wilderness online for so many years.
I gotta ask, did you watch Fancy Pants?
Oh yeah, Fancy Pants was amazing.
He was the best. Him and Brotherhood Workshop up there, like some of my favorites. So I had to ask.
These guys are amazing. They're icons to me. They're great filmmakers, great animators. But for me, it really started in college. So we had a student film festival, and this is a fun story. But we had a student film festival at the end of the year. Everyone makes something. They spend weeks working on something to submit. And it's like this big celebration. And so I knew I wanted to submit something. I came up with, I want to do something Lego related because I have all these sets. I was the guy in college that had all my dorm room shelves still of Lego. I didn't have a Dark Age. So I had Lego, my
Wow,
modular
that's
buildings
impressive.
in my
Mhm.
dorm room. And so I was like, I'm gonna do something Lego. And I had a good friend of mine who was kind of just messing around. And he said, dude, don't waste your time. It'll take too long. No one's gonna care. No one will, really, it's just a waste of your time. Do something better. And I was like, okay, challenge accepted. I'm gonna make the best thing I can do. So I spent like maybe 2 or 3 weekends, outside of class, grinding away, making this little animated short. And it's still on my YouTube channel now. It's called The Painter. It's the first thing I ever did. It's really rough by my standards today, but it's still a lot of fun. Festival comes around and my friend and I are there. I ended up sweeping all of the awards. I won best directing, best editing, best story, I believe. And it was a student film festival. So again, it was a lot of student films, but still it was really validating to me to have something I made get awarded something and kind of prove my friend wrong. And so that kind of told me, I was like, okay, now I should probably do more of this. And so I did a lot of it just as a hobby for a long time. And then it came around to, I learned about Tongle, which is that marketing agency that works with Lego. They had an open pitch for a Star Wars campaign, and I submitted some of my work that I had done in my free time, and they accepted it. And yeah, Lego Star Wars was the first brand that I actually did a video for as a commission. And that was awesome. Amazing. Super great, full fulfillment arc there, me loving Lego Star Wars. And now at full fulfillment, I'm working with Kevin Ulrich, and I'm good friends with him these days. And so all the guys that I used to really revere and who I watched their videos, learned how to animate, I'm lucky enough to call them friends now. And so that's really something I'm grateful for. And I'm really lucky to be in the position that I'm in.
Wait, Kevin, that is Ulrich?
Kevin Ulrich, Brotherhood Workshop. Great guy. He does a lot of Lord of the Rings videos. He's like the best Lego Lord of the Rings guy.
This sounds awful, but I almost like my biggest celebrity in Lego. Like for me, the person that like I still look up to, that's him. Like to me, I used to just watch his Lord of the Rings videos on Cycle. So sorry, I didn't actually know that was his real name. So
yes, sorry. Yeah. Everybody knows him as Brotherhood Workshop. So yeah, that's right. He's still animating. He's a freelancer like I am. He's hired me on jobs. I've hired him on jobs. Like we work together, and it's like, oh, this is so cool, So we're friends now. I definitely still look up to him as an amazing, role model for. I mean, all of his work. If you go and look him up, it is amazing. So definitely check him out.
Out of curiosity, what was the first Star Wars one you did for them? Do you remember?
Yeah, so it was right around the time that Rogue One came out, and so it was a campaign that was recreating scenes from different movies in Lego, all told from the perspective of a kid, so like a child's eye.
Wait,
how they might
that
perceive.
played at the beginning of the movie. I remember, like before the movie played, it was.
Yes,
is that the one?
I think that was one actually that Kevin might have made. I don't think I did one that was in theaters. Mine was on YouTube. But they hired for that campaign. There were like 15 or 20 animators that came in to make different videos. And I did 2 of them. They're on my YouTube channel in a playlist called Escape from Scarif, which is a recreation of the Tantive, or however you say it, Tantive, when it detaches from the rebel ship and they escape with the plans. You can pull it up if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it right now because now I want to there's so many of these that I watched as a kid or teen years, and so it's very nostalgic, and it's just so cool to me that you actually made some of them. So.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. The other one that I did was called Death Star Escape, and it's based on A New Hope, and it's got Luke and Leia running from some stormtroopers. But yeah, those were a lot of fun. Obviously it's Star Wars, so it's like a dream come true kind of scenario.
And to start on that level too, like you can't go up from there really. They're not very far.
A lot of pressure too. And it was funny because Kevin and a lot of the people that I looked up to were also involved in that group making content for that campaign. And so I was just thrown into it, and they're, good luck. And so it was, I called in a lot of favors from friends that I was working with and different people I was connected to here in Atlanta. And they were like, help, so I had a good team on those as well.
It's awesome. So this is Battle of Escape from Scarif, guys.
Okay, sweet.
So let's
Hi, I'm Cassie, and this is my Lego Star Wars battle story, Escape from Scarif. Wouldn't it be
Kids,
awesome if Princess Leia had to escape the Empire while her hyperdrive was broken? The rebels have the Death Star plans. Now we have
That's
to get
you
out
voicing
of
it.
here.
Yes.
Darth Vader is hot on the trail.
I'll stop you.
Pew, 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 pew.
One of the most violent scenes made kid friendly.
Made it. Now let's get out of here. Go, go, go! Everyone to your battle stations! The rebels launched their ship, but now they're caught in a huge space battle! Pew, pew, pew! Let's jump to light speed! Oh no! The hyperdrive is broken! Maybe we can fly our way out of this battle! There's too many of them! Uh-oh. Time to get to work. Let's rebuild the hyperdrive. I hope this works. Woohoo! That was awesome!
That is awesome. Like, so
Well done.
did you have
Thank
so
you.
basically the kid recorded the voice and then did like you just have to animate over it, or how did that?
Yeah, so each of these, they kind of give you the freedom to produce it in the way that you see fit. So I had to do a script and get it approved, along with hire voice actors. This was I can't remember her name specifically, but they're a pair of sisters who one of them voiced one, and another voiced another. They're called the Glow Girls voiceover on Instagram. They're really good. But yeah, they do a lot of toy commercials, things like that. And so she recorded the voiceover. Usually how it goes is they record the voiceover first so that I can have something to kind of match the movements to, so it makes it look like they're talking. And then but it was a lot of fun to do. I have to shout out, I mean, my VFX guy for this was Galen as well, who did the other videos.
Oh, nice.
And we had a great time coming up with that dogfight scene. We actually, I don't know if you know how Lucasfilm and George Lucas made the original dogfights. He used motion control cameras and basically had these, ships mounted on things where the camera would rotate around the ship to give you a sense of like it's turning, but it's really the camera that's moving. And so at the time I was working at a motion control company here in Atlanta, and I brought all the sets in. They let us use it, set up a whole shooting day. And so we were basically shooting it exactly how George Lucas filmed the original ships, where, we have the ship posed and the camera flies past it. And then you composite that into the scene and it looks like the ship's turning and things like that. It was a lot of fun. It was like,
That
we're
is
doing
cool.
it just like he did, so it was a
That's
blast.
so cool.
Cool.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That
The ILM documentary on Disney Plus shows that super well. If you haven't seen that, go check it out for sure.
that is awesome though. So I also got the other one here. This is Death Star Escape. So you had to do a lot of escaping, it sounds like.
Yes. Always escaping.
Hi, I'm Cooper.
And I'm Sabrina. And this is our Lego
This is the
Star
other
Wars
girl's
battle
sister.
story.
Death
Okay.
Star Escape. Wouldn't it be awesome if
Luke and Leia had to get across a huge gap by stacking stormtroopers.
This
Luke
one's a
and
bit
Leia
sillier.
are on the run and need to escape the Death Star?
But a bunch of stormtroopers are chasing them.
Luke is all like, all right, we gotta get across. Where's the grapple gun?
I thought you had it.
Uh-oh. We have to hurry.
It's okay. Leia can just fly across.
What? No. Princess Leia can't fly.
Through
Why
space
not?
she can.
Because...
I'm glad you
because
recognized
she
that
can't.
reference. Yeah.
I'll just
That was
use this
intentional.
jetpack.
That's
Not
awesome.
big enough to
Thank
carry
you.
both of them.
I guess not.
Maybe they can jump across?
No, that's such a silly idea.
Then a stormtrooper attacks them. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew,
Now we're really trapped.
Okay, I have an idea, but you have to give it a chance. What if...
Fine. Surprise!
I told you it would work.
I have to admit, that was pretty awesome. You do have some great ideas. Ew, gross.
Very cute, you know.
You know what I've realized too is like you can tell that this was made by a true Star Wars fan or a true Lego fan, and that's what I really appreciate with your work, dude. That's incredible.
Thank you. Thank you. I try to sneak those references in because even though it's funny because a lot of the marketing teams that I work with they're marketing people, you know, they're trying to produce content, make deliverables. And I'm a fan. I mean, I buy these sets, I watch these movies. I'm watching for those references. So I like to slip those things in. I just recently did a video that was an Instagram post for Lego. And they asked for Easter egg characters, like, you know, fun CMF minifigures in a crowd scene. It was a DJ and there was a bunch of people in the crowd. And I said, cool, can I like make a bunch of references to old Lego themes? And they were like, yeah, go for it. So I threw in all my favorite, like we had Rock Raiders, we had Alpha Team, we had like all these amazing classic themes show up.
So you're the person I have to blame for that.
Oh no.
So I get this. Whenever something Lego drops something, people look over that crowd like crazy.
Yeah.
And someone said it was like, I'm pretty sure they bring back Castle. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure there's a Castle figure or something.
That's
And I was
just
like,
me having
dude, I
fun
don't
and
think
putting
that's the
those in.
case, but okay.
My favorite one that I put in there. So I'm a huge fan of Lego Island, the games, and
Okay.
all those, all that stuff. And I have a shot of Pepper, the Infomaniac, and the Brickster from Lego Island, and it's the first time in I don't know how many years that Lego has officially published content with those characters in it. And I was like, I have to sneak it in. I have to do this one shot of them. And I knew that there would be some fans out there who'd be like, oh my gosh, Lego Island, you know. And so anyways, I had fun putting all of those in.
That is so cool. That's what I love is that like you are a fan. It's not you're just some corporate drone. Sorry, no offense to anyone. Like you're not no corporate drone just like animating things because you're told to animate them. You like actually care. You're like, you know, there's fans of Lego. You know, there's fans of the people watching these are people are fans of Star Wars and Legos.
Exactly.
So you're gonna insert in these references. Like Matt was just saying, because that's like when I get happy seeing those original themes, like and Lego actually using them. But now knowing you, like I'm just gonna look for those every time things go up.
It's funny.
But
Sometimes you can sneak stuff in there. Sometimes there's a lot of red tape, but sometimes you know there are things that I can like. Okay, let's throw in this character that hasn't been seen in 2 decades or whatever. You know, it's just, I
Bring
knew
back
that there would be
Galador.
people. Yeah, if I had a Galador figure, I can.
We
guarantee
can
it
make
would have
this
been in
happen.
that
Hold
one.
up, Ethan. Send me your Galador figure.
Is your Galador figure still packaged, Ethan?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta build that thing.
I thought about
Which
it,
one
but
do
I
you
was
have?
like,
Which one do you have?
He
Let's
got
see if I
the
can
one
grab-
that
it's like-
Mark got recently. I don't know if you saw Mark's video about
Was it like a McDonald's
the
purchase thing?
McDonald's one. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Ethan, actually, I don't know if you can
He
hear
can't
me.
hear you. He has headphones. Oh, he does have his headphones in.
Keep
Oh,
it sealed.
wow.
Buy one opened already. Not that it's
Oh, he has
worth
two?
anything.
I got
Look at that.
this ugly one right here.
Adam,
And then
my
I
new
got-
goal
I got
is
this
to get
more
you a
ugly one.
Galador figure. Okay.
Nice. Yeah. I need to talk to Mark Erickson because he's the new biggest representative fan for Galador these days on Lego Online. So maybe I need to animate some Lego Galador someday, basically.
That would be really cool. Just especially if you could sneak into an actual Lego like animation that's gonna
That
go to
would be great.
them.
That would be
I mean,
great.
Oh my god.
I mean, looking at the past, if you create a hashtag, Lego will do it. So
okay,
Bring
but I'd
back-
much
bring
rather
back
get some
Galador.
other stuff before. Okay, actually, at this point, I wouldn't mind if they made Galador because at least it would be an original theme. So, Ethan, do you like?
Okay.
Do you want to go?
I
You have
this
a written
that's
question,
been-
don't you?
Yes, I've had this question. It's been lingering on me for a while. Where did the name Antbandit come from?
Hmm.
Great question. So it was written by an AI Just kidding. So I was always a big fan. Obviously I'm a big film fan. I love watching movies. Big fan of J.J. Abrams, and he's got his production company is called Bad Robot. And there's all these production companies out there with these really interesting, just random names like Bad Hat Harry, I think is Joss Whedon's production company. You have Scott Free, you've got all these weird names. And so I was really struggling with coming up with a brand, like a content name I didn't want to be called Adam. My last name is Nyes. I didn't want to be Adam Nyes. I've got kind of a weird last name. And so I wanted it to be like a cool random word combination.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to my friend, and I was working in a digital media office at the time. And my friend April, I said, like, just give me an animal. Okay, great. Now give me a random word. And she randomly gave me those 2 words. I was like, okay, that kind of works. And I was thinking about a couple of other options. Like, I can't remember what they were, but I went home and I doodled the logo that you see as my icon, as the Antbandit with the antenna and the like bandit thing over his eyes. And I just liked it so much. I was like, all right, that's it. I'm done. I just got to commit to something. And it's stuck. So I don't know if I would change it, what I would change it to, but
No, you're stuck with this name forever. I like it.
I'm stuck with it forever, basically.
But
it's recognizable, and no one else has that name. And it's I'm big into like iconography. Like, I want people, they see an image, they recognize, who I am, like the stuff that I do, and that logo really kind of sold it for me.
Yeah,
that's really funny. Actually.
I think what I like about it too is it's kind of like, it's not
ants.
No offense, it's a little bit basic. Like, it's not like a crazy logo. Like, it's not something that's super realistic. And it kind of just sticks with you though, because it's just like, as you said, that little just illustration. Like, oh yeah, like every time I see that, I think of you.
Yeah, it's like it's like an Egyptian hieroglyph. It's like really easy to understand what it is.
Yeah.
They draw a horse. It's obviously a horse. So
yeah,
it's the same kind of icon.
My horse.
I love that though. So I had a question for you that's a little less like animated related. Like, so as a big fan of original themes, I'm a fan of Lego. Like, it sounds like you are too. Like, you grew up on it. What, like, top 3 original favorite themes if you had to go?
Easy. Number 1, Adventurers. This is
okay.
Always stand by Johnny Thunder. That is. I'm Ethan was in my house last week. You saw my blimp.
It was awesome.
The Zeppelin.
Nice.
Prominently displayed. It's one of my favorite sets. But Adventurers is amazing. Some of my other favorite themes that I grew up with were Rock Raiders, Alpha Team. Those were the themes. All the stuff that had like online games. I loved sitting on the computer and playing all the Flash games with my brother. All of those themes were amazing. I love space stuff. I kind of got into that as a teenager and looked up to all the space guys online, and definitely built a lot of space stuff as a teenager. And nowadays I'm building a lot of space stuff. But yeah, Lego themes, Adventurers is definitely number 1.
I love that. See, I always love hearing that, because like, to me, it's like, you don't get a lot of original themes anymore, and people, who are kind of getting into Lego now don't understand that joy that like I have for, seeing like, to me, it's like all these different separate stories. Like, as someone who loves a good world building and story building, there are all these amazing worlds that were built that are never touched on anymore. And it's really sad to me, because I think Lego is the perfect world builder for anything.
Yeah.
So
Brad, what are you talking about? We have Ninjago. What else?
I was gonna say that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like,
sorry,
I loved Exoforce was one of my favorites too. And it's like, we'll never get Exoforce again, because all the mechs just go to Ninjago these days.
well, it's their, like Exoforce was ahead of its time, because it was technically an anime. Like, that's what it was. And now that anime is huge, like that theme would probably do so well, because people love mechas, and it'll never get done, because we got the stupid Marvel mechs,
yeah.
But
I mean, really, you look at any like cool theme. Like, we had Aquazone, and then Ninjago did Underwater. We had like technology, where they kind of went into a digital world, and we had that in Ninjago too. So I'm ready for, I'm sure there are a lot of kids these days who love the show. There's a lot of deep lore and people who love that, but I'm ready for Ninjago to die.
Same.
Well,
Next, they're going to space, like Star Wars, Ninjago.
Monkey Kid already did that. No.
Am I the only one that realized? Like, so I think Cool Guy Dom, posted a video about this that feels like Ninjago's been around for a very long time, but it came out in 2011, I think. Like, it's not like an earlier.
It's still a long time.
I know. I get told that all the time. Like 2018 doesn't not seem like that long ago, but it kind of is. But 2000, I thought Ninjago was like a 2002, 2008, like between that era of stuff. But it's not.
To me, I just think about what else came around. You know, there was Lego Kingdoms was out during that time. I can't remember many of the other original themes, but there was quite a few original themes.
Yeah.
2013 was when
2013 was.
Do you need to take that?
No, hey, you know,
like to me, 2013 is when
I just silenced my phone. I should have read
he has to go. Oh, I have to leave study.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Look at the time.
I was gonna quickly say, I think 2013 is when original themes started to die off, like in a way. I can't remember too many that came.
Prime Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. There's so many good stuff in 2013.
When did Power Miners come out?
That was like 2000. I want to say like 8 or 9. Like
I thought it was after that. I thought it was like 2011, around that time. Honestly, I could be wrong.
I'm looking up now.
Good question.
2000. Oh, it was discontinued in 2010.
Oh wow, I thought it was
Right
after.
around that time.
Yeah.
I
really
remember
weren't.
when Ninjago.
I think there was a Pirates team in 2015. What was?
He said it was cool at first. Ninjago was cool at first.
Oh yeah,
when it came
no,
out.
and
But after year 7, it kind of got repetitive.
And that's the thing I hate about it now is instead of branching out and trying new things, they keep doing the same old thing. And when I used to work at the Lego store, those sets didn't sell as well as, you know, like I know they do well over in like the Asian markets, I'm pretty sure. But in the US, like, yeah, there's fans of it, but it's not as doing as well as it used to do. So
are you telling me that you're not a fan of buying the same like ninja car or motorcycle every year?
And that's the thing, is it's the same stupid vehicle over and over again.
No,
Every
they're
time
different. They're different.
Car, a helicopter,
What about the Destiny's Bounty?
The Golden Dragon.
Okay, the Destiny Bounty is the one exception of a cool thing from Ninjago.
City
Like,
Gardens.
Okay. Yep.
Ninjago Legacy is the good stuff. That's where Ninjago City, Ninjago City Gardens, all those are honestly, Ninjago City Gardens is my favorite Lego set.
Yeah.
But it gets repetitive. That's Ninjago's problem.
It's not adding anything new, and they keep using the same stuff, and I don't know, the villains are either snakes or robots or
skeletons.
Skeletons, exactly. So, and they just do the same dragon except make it worse. So I don't know. Early Ninjago is peak Ninjago, and I think it's going downhill from there. So.
The
Every now
Lego
and then
movie
there's
is
a cool
probably
set.
peak Ninjago, but
Like
well,
that
I think
Jungle Dragon. That's a
no, this logic does not go here, okay? Because Adam is a space fan and he's crapping on it. So
I will say, if we're gonna say good things about Ninjago, the movie sets are some of the best that has ever been released. I still have the dragon, the Lloyd's dragon, like on display. Like it is such a cool, like all those sets are incredible. So, but after
I
that,
agree with that though.
You know,
I'm not saying there weren't good waves, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm also a person who, when I first, like, I'm old enough at the point where when I heard Ninjago was coming out, I was like, oh my gosh, like the 19 or early 2000 theme that was about ninjas fighting each other in ancient Japan. Like that sounds awesome. Like, and then it's like, oh, weird skeletons and snake people. Okay.
I think Alpha Team's still the best.
Yeah,
It's up there. It's up there.
That was a very anticlimactic reaction to my
I like Alpha Team. Alpha Team's cool. You said an
Alpha
original
Team's
theme
great.
that wasn't trash. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, Adam also does mocks. Do we want to try?
Yeah.
Talking about those.
So I guess we can. I'm just going to skip the intro because it makes it smoother. But
Ooh.
wow,
look at this. This is like, not only is this a fantastic mock, but the photograph that is taken is so cool.
Thank you.
And is this like it's like a penguin I don't know the exact name, but explain like the story behind this mock.
Yeah, this is my aquarium penguin exhibit, and this is definitely my favorite thing that I built last year. And I took this to Brickworld Chicago last year, so I'm really excited to bring it to Brickworld Chicago this year. Essentially, I was I after kind of getting plugged into my local lug and participating in a lot of Lego events, I really just enjoyed kind of getting back into mock building. So I've been doing a lot of that over the last 2 years, everything from small stuff to big stuff. And I wanted something that was personal to me and also something that I could keep working on over a long period of time. And the story behind this is that my wife and I's first date was at an aquarium. And so it was this really romantic thing. And we've always, ever since then, just loved going to aquariums. We have been to a ton all over. We collect like magnets, like touristy stuff. And so we just love aquariums. We also have the big Georgia aquarium here in Atlanta. And it's always been something fun. So I picked penguins as the first exhibit that I wanted to do. But the idea is that we're going to add to this and build different animals, different exhibits, basically a massive Lego aquarium layout that we can expand and expand. So we're working on more exhibits right now. My wife Emily is going to do a stingray touch pool exhibit. And so we're trying to incorporate a lot of different marine life and different motor functions and movement. So as you can see, the penguins on the rock here, they actually are motorized and they swim around in a circle.
Cool.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love aquariums. My selfish goal with this is I would love to, once we have a ton of exhibits and a massive layout, get it, talk to the Atlanta Aquarium and get it set up as like a display there somehow.
That'd be awesome.
Who knows?
We can make it happen.
Years from now. Oh yes, stud buds, please help me. Please
Yes.
Hello, Atlanta Aquarium. Yes, we have Antbandit on the phone.
we got Ireland a Lego store. I mean, we can make it happen, right?
Sure, we're gonna
There we
take
go.
full credit for that one. Okay.
I'm taking full credit for that.
Hashtag justice for Ireland.
There we
Oh,
go.
man. It
Yeah,
worked.
I
They
did a
got
whole
a
video.
store.
I did a whole video on this, by the way, with like different shots of the mock as well on my YouTube channel.
That's
I'll
cool.
plug
So
that too.
two things about this. I actually just realized the first time I met you, actually, like I kind of known about you beforehand, but the first time I met you on a stream, you were working on this. I just realized.
Yeah, was it on Old Gray Bricks? Was that it?
Yes. On top of that, where's the penguin? I mean,
Oh, from Batman.
Yeah, I
The
mean-
penguin. It's funny you mentioned that because I had some people saying the same thing. Is like you should sneak him into the back, like have him, poking out of the door or something. But yeah, I'll have to hide him somewhere on the big layout. Have him like sneaking up to the exhibit somehow or something.
How
Are you
expensive
and your
are those
wife?
little penguins?
Wait, sorry, what was that? Zane, go.
I was just asking, how expensive are those penguins? Because like the goat is an expensive one, but
this
are
one
those
came in a
expensive?
CMF pack.
Yes.
I have one of these actually.
This came in. It's called the Wildlife Explorer, and I'm sure Brad can tell you all the lore behind.
Well,
the
he's actually
motivations
in
of that
this
CMF.
photo. So
Yes, it's the one with the blue hood, the
Mm.
one the kind of the aquarium worker. But I actually got most of these from the Build a Minifig because for a very short
yes.
time, penguins were in that, and you can, as you know, instead of putting 3 minifigures, you can put 15 pieces total. So I had a
Not
friend of mine who
anymore,
works
actually.
there. What is it?
Certain
Not
Lego
that.
stores. Maybe
Certain
you're
Lego.
a lot more Lego store. I used to be able to do that, but now a lot more Lego stores they're cracking down on that, sadly.
Which is very sad. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how I got 15 pigs. So
Nice. I would say, yeah, that's the thing. That's the reason I'm friends with all the employees at my local Lego store, and I like that definitely helped me out here.
Yeah.
One of my friends there was able to find 15 of them, and that
Nice.
definitely helped me, fill this exhibit out.
Wow,
Well done.
impressive.
Very cool.
Thank
Ethan.
you.
Are you and your wife hidden in this mock somewhere?
Not yet, but that's a good thing that I'm gonna steal that idea. I'll have to.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
gonna I was kind of expecting that after you told the story. So
Yeah, I'll definitely have to do that for the layout. Find a place to put the two of us in there.
The selfie people, but be the selfie people taking family photos.
There you go. Just
Wait, when you finish the whole layout, you should animate you and your wife walking through it on your first date.
that's a great idea, and just recreate the first date.
Yes.
like in animation.
brick
Oh, I
film.
love that. I love that.
That could be a
That's
4-month
good.
project. It could be like a
Creative ideas by Stud Bugs.
And then you
I'll have
and
to-
then you give
I'll
it
have
to
to
the
credit.
aquarium. You give it to the aquarium as a commercial.
Oh, and then I can make some money off of it.
Yeah.
And that's how
there
you
you
get your
go.
mock,
Or
and that's
get-
how
or
you get
get-
a special presentation for your mock at the aquarium, and probably season passes for you and your wife.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. This is the moment where I'm figuring out all these ideas. Yeah, this is great.
We're here
I
to
don't have
help.
a picture of it, but you did build like a dolphin that is like real, like that is mechanic. I saw on your Instagram,
Yes.
and that was really cool.
Thank you. Yeah,
I
I
do-
built that as part of a challenge for a certain TV show that I was
Oh.
almost on. But
Oh.
yeah, it was the challenge was to build an animal, and I love
Mhm.
dolphins. I grew up in Florida, so that's why I kind of have a lot of the
Oh.
love
Mhm.
for
Built a
marine
shark.
life and marine biology. Yeah, so I built a dolphin, and I motorized it so that it had kind of a
Wow.
moving motion. It's over on my Instagram if you guys want to see it.
Mhm.
It's
awesome.
amazing.
That's super cool.
Also,
But-
just to put it out there, if anybody does want to go and check out Mr. Adam, aka Antbandit, over on social media, we have everything linked down below. So go
Thank
do
you,
so.
guys.
Even his website.
Oh wow.
Which actually I happened to find. Well, I mean, I know Matt, you probably found it too. I was looking for images of you for the thumbnail, and I found
Yeah.
that, and also your LinkedIn. So that was fun to.
Nice.
post.
There you go. You're just stalking me on every platform. I love it.
Exactly.
But
That's
is this? I'm guessing this is Friendship Timber, or
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
once a year, some AFOLs in the Lego community on Instagram put on Friendship Timber, which, if you know what Ship Timber is, it's a big space building thing in the month of September, and they turned it into Friendship Timber. So you build friendly spaceships, all with piloted by mini dolls and friends colors.
Mhm.
So this was one that I recently built for that. For Friendship Timber of last year, and it was really cool because at Atlanta BrickCon we had a bunch of people that participated there, and so we had like a little friendly fleet of all our friendly spaceships. It was awesome.
That is so cool. Next thing is going to be Befriendship Timber, and it's going to be all like red and black, all like evil colors.
Oh, I
There we
meant
go.
I thought it was
Love
gonna be like actual like bees. Like you're gonna make ships inside
Oh,
of bees. Like,
that would be cool. But this is
You
a
guys
really
know-
cool model.
Thank you very much.
I'm actually kind of just blown away with how everything's pieced together. Like it looks solid.
It's very fragile.
Sorry.
This is something I learned in stop motion, and I'm trying as much as I can these days not to apply it to my mock building, because I got into bad habits animating. Because
yeah.
you really only, when you're building sets for animation, you only build what the camera sees, and if the camera doesn't see sticky tack or things that are holding things in certain ways, it doesn't matter, because it's all hidden. It's magic tricks, but when you're building a mock, you have to use the system and the rules of Lego. Everything has to connect, and I'm trying to build things that are sturdy so I can take them to conventions these days. And so this was one that not as sturdy as it looks, but it still goes to conventions. It went to Atlanta BrickCon, so it sometimes needs a little finagling. But
there's
but
actually
yeah.
just a bunch of duct tape in the middle.
Yeah,
I was about to say, so
together.
sticky tack holds the aquarium together, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just that's holding the glass on there.
It does not. The aquarium is fully official, all legal. No sticky tack involved. So yeah,
Sorry, no bad publicity. It's all real Lego. It's all true
really. Yeah,
techniques.
yeah.
Did you
Well, I
also
just want-
Photoshop this image with
Uh,
the thrusters and everything?
I did, yeah. So I love seeing some of the space guys on Instagram. You see they do a lot of this where they put it in space. It just makes it look cooler, when you see a ship flying around. And also it's a white ship, and it stands out against a colored background like this. But yeah, I'd say the longer explanation of this, I can tell a story. I'm sure all you guys grew up reading the Lego magazines as well, like the monthly Lego magazines. They had the subscription service called Brickmaster or Brickmaster, something like that. And there was a build contest, a monthly contest where they had, it was like build a vehicle from the theme Dino Attack. And I was all excited, and I built a fighter jet, and I was really into it. Love Dino Attack. It's all these military type vehicles. I built a jet. I ended up winning the competition. It was just ecstatic. And they actually photoshopped my jet kind of like this in a background with like flames coming out of it, things like that. And as like a kid, I was like, this is incredible. And then after all of that, I realized that the magazine was under my brother's name. His name is a subscription.
Oh.
So I had one, and they did this amazing Photoshop, and it says his name on instead of mine.
Oh.
So nowadays,
hilarious.
yeah, that was. I was like, darn it! I should have checked whose name was on the subscription that I submitted.
Did they show it in a Lego magazine, or did they put it on like Lego.com?
It was in a Lego mag. It was in the Brickmaster edition of one of the Lego magazines. I need to find it and like scan it or something because I'm still proud of that. As a kid, you win a competition. It's like, yeah,
Probably worth millions.
If you send me the year, I go through a lot of old Lego Club and Brick Set magazines for research purposes for my videos. So if you tell me the year, I could probably find it.
I could probably find the year. I'll have to tell you that. Yeah, that'd be great.
You should have gone to all the stores that sold it, if it was like in stores anywhere, with a Sharpie and just like crossed out the name and wrote your name on it. But like incorrect.
Modify it. Yep.
Yeah. Some whiteout. Like.
Today I will be signing copies of Brickmaster magazine. I am the true winner.
I should just do that. Be like, hey guys, I'm going to do a signing from 2008 or something.
Yeah. There you go.
I will find my magazine just for you to sign. I will buy one off of eBay.
There we go. Yep.
That's so funny.
That is awesome. And then this is more of a collaboration of you and your wife, which is really cool. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I love this. This is like my style.
This is basically an Ethan the Artisan build here.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
So
I 10 minutes.
Yeah. I built this in 10 minutes. So again, we were challenged to do some builds during an audition process for a show called Lego Masters, and we're not on the show, so I can say that. And this was one of our challenge builds that we did as part of the audition process. And so the challenge was to, again, we built the dolphin as part of this as well. And my wife Emily was my partner in this, so this is her first time building characters or anything like that. So some of this was me showing her some techniques to use, but a lot of this is her actually, and we had a great time doing it. She's didn't grow up with Lego, so I've had a great time, introducing her to it, and she loves building on her own now. So this is something that she takes to conventions and displays under her name as her mock. So she had this at Atlanta BrickCon as well. And yeah, just you've got your taco. Her favorite food is tacos. So you got your taco baby. You got the guy about to just absolutely obliterate this baby, and then the what we think is the mama coming in to protect their child. So
angry taco.
I love that.
Angry tacos.
I like that.
Yeah, it's so animated.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Also, I love the Lego shirt as well.
Yeah. So I have a bunch of sticker sheets just that I haven't used in one of my drawers, and we were going through because we wanted something to put on his shirt, like a graphic tee, and there was one that had a little Lego logo. So that's a sticker. That's a real Lego sticker that we just put on.
That is awesome.
It's so ironic that Lego can't even print their own logo.
I'm sure there's some logo printed pieces out there, though.
I don't think there is.
There's got to be like
old
something.
sets, like early below 2000s, yes, but I can't think of one off the top of my brain.
Lego keychains. Usually it has.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
I know. I have one. I don't think every Lego keychain has it, but I know I have a piece that has printed Lego on it.
Printed Lego.
Sure. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ethan, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
What was I going to say?
That's the problem with us. If we don't speak it right then and there, the train leaves the station.
Oh, finally a use for sticker sheets. That's what I was going to say.
There you go.
But this is
I
really cool.
found myself speaking like Matt. I know this is totally off topic, but I was at the Lego store this last week, and I was looking at the Quinjet, and I was like, that's a sticker. That's a sticker. That's a sticker. That's a sticker. I was like, I don't know. And then I saw the box. I was like, oh, they even give you double stickers if you want it to be like a Shield thing or Avengers thing. And I was like, that's a lot of stickers. And I was
that
like,
annoys
like
me.
Matt.
That annoys me doubly because they give you extra stickers, but they don't give you extra pieces to apply to the stickers,
right?
To switch them out. So you have to make that decision and stick to it.
Or buy the pieces.
Good pun. Yep, stick to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
last thing. What is I know we only showed 3 of your mocks, but what is your favorite mock that you've built? that you haven't shown, that wasn't shown?
So one of the things that I do with Peach Lug, which is our local lug here in Atlanta, is called Moonbase. And it's basically a big collaborative. It's been around for years, since the early 2000s. It's huge space thing in the community. It's had its kind of rise and fall in popularity through the years, but it's something that I did when I was 15 years old on these old forums online, old Lego forums, with watching people like Chris Giddens, Fazoom, work on Moonbase stuff. And nowadays I got into Peach Lug and they're still doing Moonbase, which is amazing. I was super surprised to see it. And it's the guys who started it. I mean, Chris and Mark and all these old Lego AFOLs. And so I've built 3 different modules for our Peach Lug Moonbase layout. One is a big space turret with these big laser cannons. I built a big Mtron mountain that's like a big Mtron base, and then another smaller module that's like a space corridor. And I love space stuff, and Moonbase and all that stuff is a lot of fun because it's a collaborative and everyone brings stuff for a big layout. And we had a big layout at Atlanta BrickCon. I think Beyond the Brick just posted a video today with showing the whole layout. It's really impressive, fun thing to do as a group, basically. So I'd say those are some of my favorite builds that I've done recently.
So I have a question, a very unique question, because I myself am married, and my wife, how do I put this? She's not the biggest Lego fan. There's times like she bought me the Eiffel Tower for Christmas, and she built it. She wanted to be the one to say she built it. So she built the thing. She built the Bugatti because she wanted to be the one to say she built the Bugatti. If she's going to build Lego, she has to be the one to say that she built the big one, right?
Yep.
What did you do to get your wife into like mock building or like actually enjoy Lego? I think my wife just enjoys taking it from me. I think that's her pleasure of why she likes to do them.
Well, I think I'm a follow-up, to preface that. I'm guessing she didn't like Lego when she first met you. So how did that whole interaction go on?
Or did she?
This is the question that a lot of people ask, and people who are like couples in the Lego space. I think this is always a good question. So we met in college, and I think as someone, again, I said in college I had Lego in my dorm room, so eventually she realized, it's like, oh, okay, you don't just have Lego on your shelf. This is something that you actually are like really into. But I think when you're getting to know someone, there are layers about how you introduce them. You don't tell everyone that you're a diehard collector.
Onions.
I was just thinking that.
You kind of reveal, oh, hey, I buy Lego sometimes too. Yeah, it's actually like every week, or, I spend hundreds of dollars on this. But yeah, no, she did, I think for her, her brothers grew up playing with Lego a lot, and she was actually never allowed. They kind of like said, it's our Lego, you can't play with it. So she was always wanting to play with Lego, but never got to. And so she started getting, hanging out with me, seeing the modular buildings. And that was really her end. She loved how big they were, how long they took, the intricate details. And I remember there was a project that I bought the brick bank for. And I said, Emily, you want to build the brick bank? You have to rebuild it from scratch. And she was like, yeah, I'm in. And so ever since then, she loves the modular. She's built, I think, like 3 or 4. And of course, as almost every female Lego fan knows, the botanicals are hugely popular. So she loves the botanicals. Yes, as Matt's displaying the new wildflowers, they're very beautiful. Yes. But yeah, the botanicals are a great entry point for females. I think for her, she likes building things that are like big sets. Which is hard for me because I'm like, hey, why don't you try like a something smaller? And she's like, no, I want market square. Great. Yeah, we have 2 expensive Lego fans in this house now. But she's getting into mock building now, I think, too, which is fun. She also has an Instagram. You guys, I'll plug her Instagram. She just started it called Bougie Bricks. So she started her own Lego Instagram.
Oh my gosh. I like that.
So yeah, so she's finding her own way into the community, I think. So.
It's in the first 100 of her followers. So just saying,
Yep. I think for her, so we had a great time at Atlanta BrickCon, and she had a chance to meet all of the other amazing ladies in the online Lego community, like Nicole, it goes by Nelissa's, Holly on Film, like all these amazing women and girls who are just having a great time sharing Lego content too. So she saw that and was like, oh, I kind of want to do this too. This is fun. So she's having a good time getting involved in that. And that's cool for me to see her, her interest levels kind of spike through that.
Yeah,
That's
that
awesome.
secret party that you hosted was awesome.
Yes, it was fantastic. Yeah, Ethan was bouncing off the walls, like
He had some.
he was building things left and right. I'll show. So we had Ethan built this in my Lego room with my pieces, an authentic Ethan the Artisan.
Did you get it signed?
I should have had him sign it. It could have been worth millions.
Exactly.
Is it a West? Is it a cowboy? What is it supposed to be? Like a noodle cowboy?
Yeah,
Well,
it
he's
could be a
Texas.
cowboy, or if you turn it upside down, it could be like a cactus or like an alien or something. I don't know.
Or a slingshot. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, like an Angry Birds. You pull back.
There you go.
Yeah.
It reminds me of macaroni art that like your kindergarten kid brings home.
Yep.
Oh, macaroni art! How cute.
That's the great thing about like this whole Lego thing, and I'll say this to you guys too, because I enjoy your content and everything. But aside from the amazing content, just the people in the community is what I love. Like just the positivity and meeting people in person and getting to hang out with people like Ethan and Dom and all those people and have them over just to have fun at our house was incredible. And so I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys, hopefully whenever we do in person. I don't know, Brickworld Chicago, maybe, if you guys are all going there. So
I'll be there.
It's going to be a good time.
We're actually about to talk about that right after the show because we have to figure out more plans for that.
Nice.
Yeah, we're behind.
I got my plans.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's really funny because you'll appreciate this. I am going to be in Atlanta.
Ooh.
The few days before Brickworld Chicago for work. And then I am flying to Brickworld Chicago on my birthday. And then doing Brickworld Chicago, and then flying.
What?
Home.
So we need to basically we all need to meet you at the airport with like signs and birthday hats.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm planning on doing that night. Hopefully. Okay, we still got to figure it out. So
that'll be fun.
You don't want to ruin your week.
There you go. That's awesome though. Yeah. Like I'll be driving up, I think, for Brickworld on the Wednesday. So so I don't know if I'll be already gone by the time you're in there. You're in Atlanta, but
the day before that Wednesday, so that Tuesday is or Monday is when I'm getting into town for that. And then it's like it's like a 48-hour work trip type thing. So
in and out real quick. Yep.
Yes, it's fun.
There you go. Wait, so are you taking Mox with you then to your work trip?
I can't.
I was gonna say
because I have to. Like originally, I was gonna be driving, so I was gonna bring my castle army. Well, hopefully the farm castle mock will be started and maybe built by then. And so that didn't get to happen. So now it's like, okay, I'm just gonna come. Hopefully with some money and buy a bunch of minifigures, if anything. So
well, you can always just drop stuff off at my house, and then I'll drive it up for you if you fly.
You know what?
If
it wasn't that I was already flying down, like
right.
Maybe you can get me to. Maybe you can get me to the Atlanta used Lego store then, because that's my goal is to try to hit that while down there.
There you go. Yeah, it would be fun. Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
We'll talk afterwards.
So Adam.
Yes.
You've got a lot under your belt experience wise. Sounds like you've worked with a lot of big companies. You got a lot going for you. You were almost on that show. But for you, looking to the future, what are some of your plans going forward? Do you want to pursue content creation more? Obviously it sounds like you're gonna keep doing the animation stuff and seeing where that takes you, but like what's the vision for Antbandit in the future?
Great question. Let me lay it all out for you here. So I have
he's got a scroll.
So
10-year plan.
I just pull down I reach down and I pull board and it's got everything written out.
All these
No. You're pulling one of those like old chalkboards from the side, and it's like arrows going
like a crash
everywhere.
course video.
Red string.
Basically, So I spent the last I've spent 5 years freelancing, and a lot of that's been doing animation. Some of it's been doing photography and working on film sets and movie sets here in Atlanta. Tons of random stuff. And my experience with stop motion has been nothing but positive. I love animating. I love working as a freelancer. I love having the freedom to do whatever I want. But stop motion takes a long time. It's very boring. It's very long. And you can't really talk about what you're working on. So if I was working on a gig, I get sets early and I can't tell anybody what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, I've got some secret Lego projects going on. And it gets really, I don't know, frustrating for me, I feel like, because I can't put out a lot of stuff for people to watch and enjoy. And so I've really kind of tried to shift my focus to doing content. So more, YouTuber-y content, animating stuff on my own channel, making tutorial videos or Lego videos, mock videos, things like that. And that's really where I would like to spend the rest of the year, like getting a consistent audience and building kind of this brand, doing a lot of stuff that you guys do. Honestly, I'm really inspired by everybody, who makes Lego content consistently online. And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of, really just like commitment to do that. I've had a lot of fun. I do some LAN reviews for Beyond the Brick. I've been kind of partnering with them lately. So I get some kind of my LAN kick through Beyond the Brick guys and doing videos on their channel, which has been a lot of fun. But I would really like to just grow Antbandit and make, get the YouTube channel bigger. I hit 10,000 subscribers recently, which was a big milestone after not posting regularly at all. I hadn't posted in like 6 months, and I posted the penguin exhibit video, and it did really well. I was very happy with it, and it pushed me over that marker. So I would love this year to really just keep grinding content and make it as a consistent thing as possible to where I can, be making a living doing Lego content. So I would love to do that. That's kind of where I see the next year of my life going. And if it doesn't go well, I'm always, sometimes like I'll take a photography job. I also do some work with Bricker Builds and do some a lot of their photo and video content in the last couple of years. So I kind of bounce around a lot, but I'd like to basically straighten up and make it weekly uploads on YouTube and a lot of content on my Instagram, things like that.
That's awesome.
That's
It
awesome.
is
That'd
really
be
crazy
great.
to me because you have been a name in the community for a while because of your animations. And like, it's like, oh yeah, I know Antbandit. He's gotta be huge by now. I look over, I'm like, wow,
Not really.
Like, yeah, I was like, I thought about it, and it's like a lot of the stuff you're making. One of the reasons you're known is because you work, directly with Lego with a lot of your bigger animations. So I mean, it's really sad that happened, but I still think it's so cool that like you are now growing the brand and like. Yeah. You have the skills to come out of the gate, like firing quickly. Like
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's that's the hardest thing for me too. Is I think people think, I've kind of this last year really kind of reintroduced myself to the Lego community because I've been lurking and watching everybody making amazing content, while I'm in the dark in my room animating, like, oh, this would be so fun if I could do this too. So I just these days it's fun to kind of put myself out there and say, hey, get in front of a camera and like say, I love doing this stuff too. And I've paid plenty of money for expensive gear that I don't use for any other stuff. So why not, try and give YouTube a shot essentially. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now is kind of trying to get into that Lego online space. So.
Well, I have a not so bold prediction in saying that I think by the end of the year, if that's your goal, you'll be good to go.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Yeah. That's I hope so. It's that my main challenge I'm realizing is just like finding that consistency. And so I don't know. I can ask you guys a question. How do you guys like as content creators stay motivated to to do all this consistently? Because that's where I look at you guys and I'm like, well,
all right,
autopilot.
Take care, guys. Have a good one. No,
it's programmed. It's autopilot. It's become habit.
I mean, it's setting deadlines for me. Like I work with Brick Monarch Shop a lot. So to me, I try to be like, hey, this is because he sends me all my shirts. I'm like, hey, this is a video I'm going to try to get out by this point, just so that like, cause he's sending me stuff and sponsoring it away. It's trying to be like, cause like I want to be every week if possible. I'd love to get a piece of video out, but it's like, to me, honestly, at this point, it's come down to my community. My community is amazing. The fact that they interact with most of my videos I put out, every poll I do, whatever it is, like to me, that's what keeps me motivated. Like I kind of took this past week off a lot. Like I haven't done as much content as I usually do. Like usually every night after work, I'm like, I get, 9 to 5, I get home and then it's like 4 more hours of editing or whatever I do. Like, and so I kind of took that week off, which felt really weird, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, now I know what I need to go for. So it comes down to the community and how much faith they have in me and how much they love what I'm doing. So I don't know.
Yeah,
me?
I would say, or go ahead,
For
Ethan.
me. Okay, for me, I love I love what I do. I love creating content. I love Lego, where it's just become like it's easy for me. Like, and especially when you kind of I'm used to building mocks every day, and then creating videos about it is just it's fun, and I enjoy it. Where I found a consistency where I don't get burned out. I feel like if I did do it every day, I'm sure I would still enjoy it, but I found doing it 2 videos a week really works for me. With also having a life and Lego and social media, it's a good balance.
Balancing all of that. Yep.
Yeah.
What's having a life?
but
Yeah,
really,
I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
Lego
But there's
only
one
all
word.
the time.
If there's one word, balance. I think that's really important with everything.
That's good.
And of course,
I think
like
for
Brad,
me-
community.
For me, it's just like, I don't know. A lot of people overthink it, and I do especially a lot of that at times. But when I find myself in a good flow state and I'm doing what I want to be doing, like that's what matters most. And that'll keep you not motivated, because motivation, I feel like that word, we're getting into philosophical talks with Matt time, but motivation is easy to burn through. Whereas if you're driven and you're passionate about what you're doing, that'll be enough motivation to keep you inspired and in the game long enough to be successful. So a lot of people, I think, are driven by success, but as long as you're driven by what you love doing, it goes back to that old adage: if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
So
That's
And
right.
although I get burned out a lot, even though I still push through it, and I do it also, like you guys were saying, for the community.
I will say too, one of my motivators is I'm a social media coordinator for my main job. Like my job is to run our company's social media, and it's not always what I want to be doing in the social world. A lot of my days are just posting content and scheduling out the next days. So to me, like, I'm like, I love social media, but I'm not exactly always doing what I want. So to me, my motivator is like, I get to go home and do what I want. I get to work on the projects I
Right.
want.
Yeah.
I get to research the things I want to research. So, that's definitely a big motivator right there.
That's great. Well, I mean, all you guys like are big inspirations for me. And, every time I see, you guys posting, I'm like, it reminds me like, okay, I need to work on my content too, because I'm seeing all you guys killing it in every, different niche that you guys are in. So, keep it up. Keep it
Well,
up.
we can ask you too,
Consistency is key.
what gets you through a 4-month long project when it's the same animation? Like, that's one thing that
It's this right here. I mean, it's definitely working on a paid gig is different than working on something for yourself. And I'm learning how to, I'd say I'm learning. I'll just be honest, I'm terrible at time management. But when it comes to like meeting deadlines and the pressure of doing work for an agency, or something like that, it's definitely a different it's a different vibe. It's like you're answering to higher up, to these people who are waiting for this, and all that definitely changes. But when it comes to like my own projects, like I really want to put out the best stuff I can put out when it comes to content. But I also want to be, I know that it's about timing and about, being regular and building that momentum. And that's kind of where I struggle with the most these days. Is like, all right, I need to build that routine, so, but hopefully soon I'll be able to have everything in my life in order, so.
Create
Who knows,
a
but-
consistency that works for you. Like I'm the worst at it. Like I'm lucky if I get a video a week. Matt is great, and does it day by day, like almost every day for the last 3
not
years.
anymore. Well, yeah.
Oh,
I've
it's
been
still-
as consistent as I can.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's important to, if you are getting burned out, to know when to stop or take a break.
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
a step
yeah.
back. Take a
Yeah.
step back.
Yep.
Look at the big picture.
Mhm.
That's for sure. Yep.
Regular.
But like I think finding a consistency that works for you, whether that's once a month or 3 times a day. Find something that works for you. Twice a week works
good
for me.
Yeah.
That's a story right there. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm just putting in vertical video and putting Ethan's motivation right there. There's the story, that's
Edit
it. That's
out
the
all the
content.
ums.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the content right there. So
But it is also thinking that way. For me, it's like, how can I make this into a piece of like content? Like, there's so many conversations I want to have about original Lego themes. And sometimes it's like, I'm just gonna make that as a piece of content. Someone asked me recently, hey, there's an Easter egg in this, the castle. And I'm like, well, I can tell you all about that. And yes, I could make it into a 30-second video, but I'm just gonna make it into, a 3-minute really deep dive so that you can go watch this video as many times as you want. Which the Easter egg is from the castle. And one of my first big interactions with you, Adam, was when I messaged you being like, hey, I saw you got the castle early. Is it possible I could get any of those little like snippets in there? And you sent to me, you set yourself on another level that you were willing to do that for me.
That's
And
good.
that was
Yeah.
I was like, Adam's the man now. Like,
You're
I'll do
the
whatever.
Lego castle lore guy. Like, who else? No one else is gonna, care about getting this information out to the public. It has to be you, So
I need to do a better job next time. I was in the middle of a moving when I got those, so I wasn't able to like set up my studio and like shoot a whole YouTube video. I'm actually about to start working that video in the next week or so of creating the whole breakdown of all of those. But still, that was awesome to me. So I just had to
happy to help.
put that out there on a live stream.
Yeah.
Do we want to move into how was your week?
Yeah,
because we still have to do that.
Yeah. Oh, how was my week? Was good. Was yours good? Oh, I'm sure yours was average or however. How about was your week, Mr. Antbandit?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh no. So how we usually
Totally
do this
ruined
is
that.
like any cool, like, if there's any mocks you worked on, any cool videos that are coming out or you did that you want to talk about, or if there's any like sets you bought recently. Really anything Lego related.
I can tell you I've been doing basically one thing this week on video for Beyond the Brick about a certain very large set that is coming out very soon. I'm very excited to talk about in that video that is coming very soon.
Wait, is it already announced or is it?
Yes, it's already been announced.
Okay, I know what set it is.
I mean, I guess I can say there's no real restrictions, but I'm reviewing the new Rivendell set for Beyond the Brick. And so I've been working on that a lot, and the review is coming soon. So you'll get to enjoy that over on Beyond the Brick channel. Make sure Beyond the Brick. It's not my channel. It's not Antbandit. But yeah, it's. I love working with those guys. I've been working with them for the last year or so, and they're great. They hook me up with sets, and I review them for their channel, and it's always a good time. So Rivendell, very good set. Very, very excited to see the review. So
you
like
really get the perks of land without
being in land. Yes. I do enjoy
all the dirty work.
Yeah, I really like contributing to Beyond the Brick too, because they're such an established icon. Like and obviously like they're also the kindest guys, and so I like working with them. We've done some mock videos, like some sponsored videos with eBay. That was really fun. It's a blast. So I don't know if I would ever join LAN on my own. I don't know, Matt, maybe you can tell me if you like it or not.
We'll talk after the call. No.
Okay. Hold on.
I do like it, genuinely.
You talked about one of the videos you did with eBay.
Yes.
And what video was the
I did a castle
tree
video.
one? Yes, you did the tree one.
Video. Yeah.
You annoyed me in that because you were like,
Oh no.
I love you, Adam. But you went like, we're gonna reuse this set, and then you completely got rid of the entire set and just built this tree. And I was like, okay, this is super cool and I love it. But like, what happened to the set?
I need to set the record straight, because this is something that video. So for history context purposes, eBay came to Beyond the Brick and they were like, we want to do a sponsored video. They gave us, Beyond the Brick and me, free reign to do it however we wanted to. Now, when you're making content and you're making videos, and I'm sure you guys know stakes and making the video exciting for the viewers always, and everyone in the comments of that video was saying, you totally the same thing. You didn't use the set. What are you talking about? You just built a mock. And basically the premise was to take the treehouse set and turn it into a forestman castle. And that was never the rules were basically set by me. And I did a terrible job of explaining because everyone was upset for the same reasons. And I was like, oh no,
controversy is key. You already know it.
There we go. I guess, no publicity is bad publicity, I guess. I don't know, but people were very upset. I was proud of the mock, but I think in the video, the way that I laid out how, the challenge was going to take place was not laid out correctly enough. So in the future, I did a second video, a follow-up video after that with an avatar build from the movie Avatar. And I was very careful. I was like, all right, so here's how it's going to work. I'm going to build a mock and I'm going to make it my own mock and I'm going to use other pieces. It's not just going to be the pieces from the set. So I was very careful about how I verbalized that. So
for the record, I'm not actually upset. I just to me, that was like, this bothers
right.
like as a like I need this
negative. People assumed in the comments that it was going to be an alt build challenge as opposed to just make a cool mock.
Yeah.
And so you're not the only one that felt that way. I'll say that.
Negative engagement is still engagement.
There we go. But yeah.
Brad, how was your week?
Okay, so I actually had a really good week. First off, I guess I didn't talk about this, but my pick a brick orders finally came in for Castle. So I got a bunch of horse barding and weapons and stuff like that. I made a cool video about it. Also, so I got a really cool Lego package the other day. And I already built one of the sets. So we have talked about Blacktron and how it is actually worth quite a bit. Ooh. This is the Blacktron Backtracks, which I got for 75, compared to the 150 it goes for used on BrickLink. And the guy also had an Alien Conquest set that I was able to grab both those off of him for. So trying to get some space stuff here and there. I don't love every space thing that's ever come out, but there are some really cool stuff. And the Backtracks, for me, after doing a whole video about Blacktron, which I highly recommend checking out, Space People approved. See, I don't just love Castle people. After doing that one, I was like, okay, there are a couple of these sets that are super cool. And I absolutely love, for the Backtracks here, this part actually comes out and can connect to the other part of the ship. And the cockpit comes out too. So to me, this set's really cool and what Blacktron did. And I also built my Blacktron Cruiser, the GWP, which is an amazing set. They really did a great job with that. I also built the ADU truck. I've been building Lego a lot this week. I've been trying to relax a little bit more. But also, I got more of my CMFs. Wow. So this is all sealed orcs, except for 4, which are sealed spaceman, which will be trade to Dana for more orcs.
Nice.
Have you seen the headlines that there are no more orcs? That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's false.
Brad's to blame.
Matt, whatever you want.
I found 2 orcs.
What do you want? I'll trade you literally anything. So I counted up. I think there was 8. I have over 30 right now, and I'm trying to get between. And I made some orders. My goal is to get an army between 50 and 75 fantasy orcs, trolls, goblins from the Fantasy Castle line and all that to go against my 100 Dragon Knights for my next mock. So I'm working on that, and I'm customizing them and stuff like that too. So I actually made an order for some. But one of my orders of BrickLink came in, and I'm buying up lots of weapons. There's a ton of different scimitars in here, different colors, and literally every weapon this guy had that was medieval, I bought. So yeah, I taking full advantage of that, and I actually got one of the. For a while I've been trying to collect all the Rogue One figures, and so I finally got. He was selling one of the other ones that I didn't have.
It was blurry. I couldn't see what it was.
I actually can't remember his name. He's the Imperial pilot, though.
Can you do the whole makeup thing? Thank you.
That's
stereotypical
YouTube.
Yeah, that was
it's the makeup thing.
Lego boy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Also,
Look at that.
sorry, I
There
know
you
I'm going
go.
long on how was your week, but it's been a few weeks. I will
It has
say
been.
though, this is the first time I'm actually looking for Chima parts. Because they're the crocodile parts on
Crocodile
them
Dundee.
are
you right.
actually really good to mix up with the orcs to make them last like fake barf them and change the look of them.
Brad's
And
new
then
favorite theme is Chima.
No, it is not.
I learned a very interesting fact about Chima today that I had never heard of, and maybe this is something that you guys already know, but I didn't know about this. Did you guys ever watch? You guys have heard of Thundercats, right? You know Thundercats.
Yeah.
Okay. They rebooted the show in 2011 with a new animated season. It lasted 1 season, and apparently they were working with Lego. Warner Brothers was working with Lego to make a Thundercats Lego theme, and at the last minute they decided. That was where Chima came from. It was Thundercats. Apparently, there's a whole video. I'll send you guys the video for this
What?
for the
That does not do it
the
justice.
reference. Here's the thing. Warner Brothers decided because of merchandising and all of this stuff, they were going to pull the plug on doing more of the animated series of Thundercats, which was the reboot. It was a really good show. But they allowed Lego to keep everything that they had already developed for Thundercats.
That's why
And
Chima feels so weirdly developed.
That's where Chima came from. It was Thundercats, and then they retooled it all, and they gave all the characters different names, and they renamed it to Chima.
That's actually interesting because I like Thundercats, and if they rolled out a line of Thundercat Lego, I feel like a lot of older generation would have fallen for it because I mean that's like an 80s cartoon style thing, right?
Yes. Yeah, I love Thundercats. It would have been really cool to get official Thundercats in Lego, but there was a whole video that came out recently that it was another
Wait, was
toy
this
collector
BFAB?
channel. No, I don't think so. Somebody in
Okay.
my Lug Discord shared the link, and I was like, wow, that's so cool. Like, would have been great to like have gotten Thundercats in Lego, but they didn't happen. So
Wow,
I love
That's
it.
actually really interesting. So one click, last thing. This was the last set I picked up with that Bricklink
Oh, you got
order.
more.
it's been 2
I-
weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
Space Police 1, in my opinion, is an amazing Lego theme, and it goes great with Blacktron. And I really want to do a mock that is monorail, but I'm going to make my own monorail being ambushed by Blacktron with the track blown up, and then have some Space Police guys come into it. So I now have all the figures and stuff I'd want to do it, and I'd probably create the rest, but I think that'd be a really fun project to work on at some point. So
Hey, Brad.
yep, I know exactly what you're talking about already. I already know that Wrathful is coming in with the edit. I already know, and I have okay. So Adam, let me back. When I was getting back into space, I said I'm not buying any space sets.
Okay.
I've now bought in a bunch of Alien Conquest sets. I bought 2 Blacktron sets. I've bought a Space Police set. I bought a
Way to
second
go.
Galaxy Explorer.
Wow.
But can I say I didn't buy any Star Wars? Well, besides that one figure. But
You have Star Wars.
I know, but
Brad,
I'm giving
you
up.
say every week, but next week I'm not buying anything.
I'm not buying
no,
any more
no.
Lego.
I have given up at this point. I'm
Okay, we
It's
finally
taking over your life.
we finally confirmed it. He has given up, folks.
to me it's weird because it's like
oh,
I want to get as many of these CMFs as possible because I know that we kind of know what's coming in the future with boxes, the 2 themes that will probably happen before the boxes come. And to me, it's just like, if I don't get all the ones I want now, then there's no point. Like this orc is the last easy CMF army builder to do.
That's
in my
actually
opinion.
true. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Man.
So to me, it's like, I want a cool CMF army. I always want to do one. I have a small army of the Snow Guardians. This is my best opportunity, and I'm going to fight hard. Also, like, I'm going to make sure I've, like, before this wave ends, plenty of classic spacemen. I've gotten plenty of I don't need any more Falcon. I need one more Falconer. Sorry, no.
Wait.
I finished my army of Falconers, and I have one. My 4x4 box is missing one guy.
you should listen to Shy.
Oh.
Shy only has 1 Falconer. The army only needs 1 Falconer.
Yeah, well, Shy has a different way of building his army. Okay.
He wants
Yeah,
the
army-
sky
no,
covered in falcons.
For the
just
record, I completely
blocking out the sun.
Well, no, 1 second. I'll show you what I did.
Oh, he'll show you.
They're
Hold on, everybody, hold
deafened
on.
by
He's
the
coming back.
wings.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
why
exactly.
Sledbuds
Exactly.
lasts 8 hours. Each person gets
No.
an hour to say how their week was.
So
Yes.
here, I'm gonna quickly take the break screen here.
Whoa.
Like I
That's
made
taking
this is a knight I made. So I quickly fig barfed him with the other black falconer. So I gave him the falconer torso, but the arms and legs from a normal one, and then the cape from the falconer to make him like, and then
Did you say
like
fig barfed?
yes,
Yeah, it's a
um,
It's a thing.
That's a
and then this-
term.
yes, and then this
What?
is a normal black falcon torso with the arms of the falconer, and then also I got dark blue hoods coming for these are my rangers from. So
Nice.
they're not just like, hey, I'm putting the falconers into my army. I'm actually changing them to look like the rest of my army, like to make it look like an army. Yes,
That's cool.
Me?
Insane.
yes.
Okay, sorry, I have a Lego related question. So Adam, I don't know if you know this. So I built Lego as a kid, but then there was a long time where I didn't, and then a couple years ago, my wife got me some for Valentine's Day, and that started the whole thing. Like I think 2019 is when it was. So here we are.
Yep.
So these terms, right?
Yes.
Like the pab wall and snot bricks and headlight, like all this stuff. Like I'm learning these things, and I'm doing well, right?
Yes.
Travis
Yeah.
bricks, I know these things.
Every once in a while, there's a surprising one, though, right? You
Like
know?
a fig barf. Like who, what is it?
So-
does it
so
mean it's like a
fig
good
barfing-
figure, or does it look so bad it makes you want
No,
to
no,
throw
no.
up? Like what's
So you're taking a bunch of figures and other minifigure parts and mixing them all together to barf out. Like, so if you have, I'm gonna do it with my own crown knights.
technique.
Can we
Trying
call
to
it like a
snot
moth
this
or something?
into
Like
No, but it's like so-
my own figure instead of my own creation, like a
It's
moth
like if you
MOF?
take the head from Darth Vader and you put it on Lola Bunny. Like that's a fig
That's
barf.
wrong.
usually fig barfing is for like
Kermit
army
and
builder.
Ula.
So like I'm gonna take my crown knights and I'm gonna make more knight. I'm gonna turn my 8 into 16, let's say. But I'm gonna be using other parts on top of the figures, that
I see what
army
you're
of
saying.
figures already. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's like a mock but figures. Like it's your own figure,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
change the hands,
custom-
change the hood, change.
It's finding ways to take a small amount of figures and turn it into more. Is how
I'm
kind
gonna
of
call it a
always had
moth from now on.
Yeah.
My own
Oh,
figure, right?
and
Moth.
a fig barf of yourself is a sig fig.
A sig
Barf.
fig, a moth.
Mhm.
I feel like we've got
We
better
just-
terminology than fig barf.
At this point, we just need to do away with mock and just call it brick barf because you got fig
Brick
barf.
barf,
and
yes!
brick barf. You know?
Make it easy. Brick barf.
It's
fig
just taking a
barf.
bunch of bricks and
Just
Fig barf.
All right.
Matt, how was your week? I went long on mine. and
I will make
apologize.
it short. No, you're fine. I built the Lego botanical
and
sets.
you broke. And you broke.
This always falls off, which I will be talking about in my
Pretty.
review.
The
But
succulents are like that too.
the dried flower synergies. No, I actually really like it. It's very, very pretty. And in person, I like it a lot more than I do like the idea of it because it
Mm.
reminds me of something that would sit on my grandmother's dining table. But
Yeah.
in person, it feels like something that I would hang in my kitchen. Like it feels like something that I want to display. It's also fall colors, so I'm not sure exactly where to put it. But
Well, it's like
it's very repetitive
Like
as a build. Very repetitive.
Mm.
Yes, Ethan.
Lego was trying to get G-Foles grandma fans of Lego.
Oh, there you go. There
Like
you
it, I
go.
like it.
I will say, as this
Ooh.
being my first flower bouquet in Lego, this was hard to achieve, like with the vase and actually arranging it. So
Oh.
I am quite proud of this.
Top-notch placement, top-notch
yeah.
arrangement there.
It does look good.
It was very,
does.
very difficult because they're top heavy. And so as you put them in, they aren't like regular flowers. And if one falls on top of another, then you have to do a repair job very quickly.
Man.
And that happens over and over. You have to get them just to poke together right with the stems so that there's somewhat compact.
Mm,
But yes,
mm.
I built Lego flowers, and I'm pretty happy with them. I will be coming out with a review hopefully by the end of this week if all goes according to plan. Zane, how was your week?
My week was fantastic. I went to the Lego store twice, which I haven't done in quite a while. Usually, I
Yeah.
stay away ish. But this week I built the scythe, which is right here on
Nice.
actually one of my adjustable
Ooh.
wall mounts that I found out that you can use as a stand, which
That's
was
nice.
a fun thing.
Did you like drill it into the thing? Like how did
not
you?
even at all. It's
Oh,
literally
wow.
just sitting. Adam, I don't know if you know this, but I make wall mounts like there's the
Oh,
Razor Crest
whoa.
and the gunship and all that stuff. That way people can display it
They
better.
don't give us
made those.
anxiety at all.
If people freak out, but the plate like on that, there it is. My hand is just all over the place.
That's
It's
the
like all the way
UCS
along the
Razor
bottom.
Crest
so-
on your wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
If it ever fell
I
off,
will say,
this
though-
would be tragic, right? Just
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
It's a lot of
But I
faith in
make
your
those
own craftsmanship, your own work. That's
it's at
good.
100% infill. I don't know if you guys ever mess with 3D printing, but you can change the ratio of how much plastic you're using. Like it's solid. It is solid, and I put 50 pounds of chains on them for like a month and a half to make sure it doesn't break, and then I use it. So I test them and all that stuff. But this, I'll just show you. It makes more sense.
Adam, I will say the Galaxy Explorer mounted to one looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I gave Brad one. So this is one of my adjustable wall mounts. I just put it that way, and then
Whoa.
it uses an actual 2x4 Technic piece on the bottom.
4x. You used isn't it 4x6?
Yeah, 4x6. Sorry, 4x6.
Mhm.
Yes, and I have 3D printed where the pins go in and everything like that. But it uses real Lego pieces to click in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The market for Lego stands these days is highly competitive. There's so many options out there. Do you sell these or like?
I do. I have an Etsy store that I sell. I have ones for my you can't see my Lamborghinis. Lamborghini
nice.
and Bugatti
Yeah.
that I just made this last week.
That's cool.
I sell them on my Etsy store. That wasn't meant to be a plug, but welcome to my TED Talk. No, so this week I wanted to display this, but I wanted the wings open. I thought it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And my best friend Brad, you're one of them. There you go. Kent.
It wasn't me, guys.
My best friend Kent didn't want to put holes in his walls, and I gave him one for like a TIE fighter and some stuff like that because he just recently got into Lego because of me and stuff. And he did this, and he showed me that, and I was like, "Well, people use things uniquely. That's awesome."
That's cool.
what's
Add it to your
that?
branding or advertising.
Advertising right there. Yep. I wouldn't
I think,
recommend
like-
on everything. It's definitely not meant to be a stand, but I
Yeah.
guess it can double purpose.
I'm
If-
gonna
if you
use
find
my.
a good- if you find a good way to make some sort of plate that it could go on, that's gonna be the best way to do it.
I have an adjustable stand that's coming out that has like it
Okay.
actually holds the figures and the R2D2,
Oh, right.
like this mech droid. I have all with drawer. Yeah, that's the whole thing coming.
Leaks confirmed. Zane's coming out with an adjustable stand.
Well, it's
Heard
been
it
very difficult because I wanted to put figure placement on it as well as like astro droids and a drawer on the back for like extra parts and lightsabers and
Ooh, yeah.
guns or whatever thing might be on it, just to be able to hide those pieces and not have them just sitting in a box or a bag or whatever. I also bought this.
So you did buy it.
So I did buy it. And so this is something that I've come up with this last week is how can I display it and can I make a stand for it or a mount for it, right? So for marketing for myself as well as will I enjoy it? Not just buying Lego to buy Lego
It's a
anymore.
good
'cause, like,
set.
that's what I
Yeah.
used to do. And it looked really good. It's much bigger than I thought. So at the Lego store, I was like, oh wow, that's significantly bigger.
Which
And so-
stickers are you going with? Is the big question.
Shield or
None of them.
Avengers?
Nope. none of them.
Shield.
No stickers.
None
He's
of
pulling
them.
it. He's pulling a mat.
I don't like it. I don't want to like if I get tired of one, you can't change to the other.
Right.
No.
Right.
So
No.
I'm just gonna go with none, and then maybe someday I'm like
Stick it to the
Right.
man. Yeah.
Block.studios stickers.
Blocks. Yes, it's my plane. Thank you. Trademark. TM.
The
I bought
classic
this
Block
set.
Studios Quinjet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna show up to all conventions in a Quinjet. That's just what I do now. I know
That would
everyone
actually
hates on the
help.
Avatar sets, but I like the Avatar sets.
I like the Avatar sets.
I think that's
So-
very cool.
I got this one, and I have the Tree of Souls. I think it is. I haven't built it yet, but I feel like these two are displayable, whereas like the oceanic ones are not. Because like, what are you gonna do
No,
with a whale?
I disagree. I highly
Really?
disagree because they
What
do
about the
have
whale
stands.
ones?
They have stands. So this is why I love them so much because the guy's falling off. But
Oh my gosh. Well, that one does, but does the whale have a stand?
they all have
Yeah.
stands.
Okay, I take back what I said then because I was like, I didn't know that. I'm sorry,
Whale.
I didn't research it.
Whale.
I like them. I think they're beautiful. The whole mouthpiece for the whale is cool. It's a very unique headpiece.
Those molds
But
are
I was
awesome.
like, how are you gonna display the whole thing? Whereas these ones are like flying and there's a tree, the whole thing, right?
Got flying
Those
whale.
are good sets. I have both of those, and they're great display pieces.
See,
And
See?
didn't you build like a
Adam gets
really
it?
cool tree mock? That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I did a mock version of the Tree of Souls. Yeah, that's a bit.
I think I
larger,
watched
but
that. Do you have a video
Was-
on that? Don't you?
That's a
wasn't it
Beyond
like-
the Brick. Yeah, that was one of the eBay sponsored Beyond the Brick videos. Yeah.
I love how
It
it's like
came with.
Beyond the Brick, eBay, then it goes to you.
Yeah, wow. Whole ensemble there.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
I got this as the gift with purchase, and I
Can
really
we just
like.
all agree? Sorry, Zane, you say your piece.
Wait a minute. I'm curious to what you're gonna say.
It's just a dumb GWP. I'm sorry. I think
I think-
that's
yes.
It's like that's a city set.
Yeah.
This is definitely a city set. This is like in today's price, it's probably like a $25 city set. But
Yeah, $30.
the colors, I really like the colors.
Yeah,
I took my wife to the Lego store with me, and she was at the pad wall. Yeah, I called it a pad wall. See, I'm getting
Yeah,
into it.
I like it.
And she
It's
went
actually
over
called
to
the pick and build wall.
Okay,
It will
so-
forever. It was once called the pick a brick wall. It will
But
forever
she-
be the pick a brick wall.
Yeah, that's
It
what
is
I
a
call it.
pick wall. But she navigated to that color. Like she just went straight for it and then started putting them together and like building something. And I'm like, no. That's not what this is for. Don't. This is not a build your own play fun station. Because she grabbed some of the
It
pink,
actually is.
and I was like, no, stop. And she was like, fine. And then she wasn't happy with me. But it happened.
You know what I call that color? Ugly yellow.
You don't like it?
It is kind of
That
an
neon
assault
yellow?
on your eyes. I do kind of agree with Ethan.
It's so
a little
bright.
bit harassing
very bright.
on my senses. You know.
The only way that I would use it is under a black light. I think that would be a great, or like construction.
I
I
feel like
will
you could
say
do it
though,
for,
it
like,
looks
yellow.
great in the city stuff.
Well, like a biohazard spill, or like
Yeah.
say like a monster cabin that has like oozing out, you know, those colors oozing out of this.
So it looks like
monster camp.
snot. It's not yellow.
Like yeah, monster camp. Like there's a monster that's like vomiting projectile this color, right? And it's just like
All right.
all
All
over.
right. All right.
It's true. We talked about vomit. I mean, this works for it.
It's a brick barf.
It's a brick
Brick
barf.
barf.
There we go.
Thank you. Brick barf. Ethan, how was your week,
Oh.
good sir?
Okay, I'm going to start my hour-long sermon now of how my 2 weeks were.
Oh boy.
So other than the I've been feeling horrible with allergies. 2 years ago I built a brick barf, and I built these scissors. This was probably a good year and a half ago, and I've been wanting to build rock paper scissors,
Hmm.
but I only built scissors and never built rock paper or rock paper. Well, Sunday I think
Rock paper?
I went ahead and did paper.
Woo!
And
Wow.
Looks great.
I did rock as well.
I love the rubber band usage. I just want to appreciate that,
Yeah,
Ethan.
so good.
Look, this is a tire. This is a new mouth technique.
That's
I
so
like it.
good.
Is
That's
tire?
really stretching that tire.
That's a tire?
Not really. Not really.
What kind of tire is that thin?
They're more like they're in the monster house or the haunted
Monster
house.
camp?
No, they're in the haunted.
I know
they're in,
exactly
like,
what tires
kind
you're
of that
talking about,
center-
but
Okay, I'll take it off. Look, this is.
Well,
this
I'm
is the
curious
mouth.
'cause-
It's like this little. It's this one.
Oh.
Wait, oh,
Together now.
Oh.
This is me putting it on.
This isn't even a
Voila.
building technique, everybody.
Oh no!
Oh no!
It didn't stretch it out
Somebody
that
better
much.
stop me.
That is. There it is with no mouth. It's like a.
And it could be a mouth like that too. Yeah.
But that was my week. I built those two, and that was my week. It wasn't as long as
I saw your
everyone else's.
teaser for that. That was cool.
Oh yeah, that was fun to make. But yeah,
It's like a Mountain Dew yellow green. True.
That was my week.
All right. Well, leave
that's
us
it.
a comment telling us how your week was if you're watching this on the replay. If you made it this far into our almost 2.5 hour stream, gee whiz.
I can make up a
let's
part
wrap
of my
this up.
story and try to make it to exactly.
Ethan, that's
2.5
okay.
hours.
You did great.
We'll be good. We'll be good. Adam, thank you so much for coming on. This was absolutely so much fun to talk about. We'll definitely have to have you back on at some point because I feel like there's so much more we
If
can
you
talk to you
want
back
back on,
Oh, I'm ready for it. Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. This was a blast. I mean, this is have me back anytime, and we can come up with more silly names for Lego things. Brick bar
Can we just
things
make
and-
that? We should just do that as a show, like a separate video, just like finding random things in Lego and coming up for better names for it.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works. Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean-
yeah.
So guys, thank you so much. Hey, and if you want to be a part of our community and you want to do more with us, guys, we do have the Discord server. We do have the Instagram if you want to know when shows are happening. And we also have the TikTok, even though our social media manager has been not doing a great job about posting on it. So don't worry, we are going to be doing more content here,
Is
guys.
that
And we have
supposed to be you?
yes, it is.
Way to point him out,
Guys,
Matt.
that's why I
Way to
did
go,
this.
we kind of just wing it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, we will be back next week for another awesome Stud Buds. Until then, hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.